blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take.
Hello, beauties. How's everyone doing? So we meet again. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. It's Friday. Who else is happy that it's Friday? And Monday is Halloween. What are your kids? If you have kids, what are they being for Halloween? If you are new here, welcome. My name is Tia Simone, and over on this channel right here, we do commentary and sometimes makeup. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I want to make an announcement, actually. A couple announcements before we get started. Okay. So, one, let me just be clear that if I schedule, if you are a member, if I schedule a members only live stream, and I did mention this in Facebook, in our members only Facebook. If you're in it, then you've probably seen it, but I feel like I should say this again. But if I schedule a members only live, it is not guaranteed. Okay. There is sometimes where I have 3 boys, but 2 of them are babies, well, one of them is 12. The other one is 6. I'm a very, very busy mom. It's hard enough for me to make regular live streams, let alone members only live streams. So it's kind of like a play by ear when it comes to members only live streams until they get older. And they could, walk home from school, because we only live like 5 minutes away from their school. But you guys understand what I mean. Just like today, it was at 1:30, but my little guy had a eye doctor appointment. So it took longer than I actually thought that it was going to. And those things happen. And it's always going to happen. A couple of days ago, we were at my son's doctor for his ADHD. That ran over. So things happen. And I try to do the best that I can to try to make it, but sometimes it doesn't always work that way. And I feel like if I do schedule members on a live stream, I don't expect you to don't ever drop meetings or, schedule meetings around a members only live stream, because there's no guarantee that it's going to happen. Sometimes things just happen. And I think some people are getting it a little bit twisted up by thinking that it is guaranteed when it's never guaranteed. And there's sometimes that I'm going to forget to even say, hey, I'm going to reschedule it for this day. And it might not work out that day. It might not work out that day. So it's not purposely done. It is not easy managing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a personal assistant or anything like that. All of these things I do on my own. Sometimes I have the help of my fiance, but he works. And even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, my family always comes first. That's why, for the most part, you only see me on here at night. But I try my hardest, and hopefully it will get better. I do try my hardest to try to make it on here during the day. But sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. And it's not purposely done, or it's not because I'm being lazy and I'm just like, I just don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to be on here a lot more than what I am. And I'm working on that, but it takes time. So do not reschedule meetings or appointments that you may have. If there's a members on the live stream, you can always catch the replay. Do not do those kinds of things because it's not guarantee. Like I said, managing all of these things is hard enough. Being a mom, being a wife, whatever you want to call it, what the fuck ever. Um, those things come first, and I try my hardest to manage it the best way that I can, but it doesn't always work out that way, you guys. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, because I would feel bad if you guys are, you know, scheduling meetings and things around a members only live stream. Please don't do that, because for one, it's not that serious. It's not that important. If it was important, I would tell you guys. But it's not in the cards for me right now until I get like really big and I get a personal assistant. Then it'll be a lot easier. But I just wanted to make that announcement. Um, I hope you guys had a really good day. I did try to, because it was probably like around 5:30. It was a late notice, but I just stopped it because obviously at 5:30 everyone is busy. They're eating, they're with their kids. So I will try to then shoot for another members only live stream in a couple days, and I'll schedule it, and it'll give you guys enough time to be able to make it. Get it, girl. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Kids are virtual schooling, and I'm trying to work. I have 3 kids, 15, 10, and 5. Wow, Georgia girl. Well, those are good ages, though. So your 15-year-old can help you a little bit. But those are really good ages. I didn't know that there was is the virtual schooling your choice, or is it something that we had to do virtual schooling for a while because we didn't have a choice? But I would love to homeschool my kids. I just don't know. I don't know. God bless anyone who does. I think it's amazing homeschooling your kids. I understand why people do it. So God bless anyone who does it. I just don't know if I could do that. Tia, I hope your son's eye appointment went good. I had to take my son too. He has a bar style. Oh, really? Well, he has another one scheduled because they now do eye test in school. And on his eye test in school, they said that they think he needs to see an eye doctor because they think he may need glasses. So he might, and that's okay. He would be so cute with glasses, but I don't necessarily think that's what it is. But if he does, that's cool. I'll be happy if he needs glasses. I've been homeschooling my children for 15 years. Wow. That's a long time. That's awesome, though. I give props to anyone who homeschools their children, because it's not easy. It's not easy. Literally, when we had to do it, when the C word was when it just started and we had to do it, it was really, really tough, because it's tough to keep them on task, especially when they're at home. They think it's playtime regardless. So I think that's awesome to anyone who homeschools their children. God bless all of you guys. It's okay, Phoenix. You're not late, sweetie. Online school, all of those things. God bless you all for doing that. So, mine are 13, 10, 7, and wow, 2 months old. It is definitely nice that the older ones can help. It is. I try not to have my older ones help too much with my little guy, but my 12-year-old is such a great big brother, and he tries to help constantly. And then I have my 21-year-old who he works himself. So I wouldn't really ask him to help that much, but he does take them to school in the mornings. He volunteered to do that, by the way, because he just got his license and he's happy to do it. Yes, they are good ages. Actually, I researched to find a way to do it. Fortunately, Georgia offers a couple different options for virtual school. I would just try to research it. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. Shut up. Why are you not blocked, for one? I'm not going to say that I wouldn't do it. Don't worry. We're going to get to you in a second. Okay? Don't worry. I'm not saying that I would never research or do did you block her? Okay, then I probably just seen her. I can still see through StreamYard, you guys. So even if you did block her, I probably could still see her. But anyway, what the fuck are you coming in here for anyway? Do I come in your little fucking chat when you're talking about me? You fucking piece of shit. Anyway. Okay, so, but I do want to homeschool. I'm not saying that I never would. It's definitely something that I'll take into consideration, but it's tough. It's tough. Okay, my oldest likes to cook, so there are a few things I let him cook, and little things like that. We're ignoring that. Yeah, ignore, like when the last time she came in here, she said she was unsubscribing. You act like first of all, you can tag whoever the fuck you want to tag, okay? For one. And for two, like I said, even before, you should have kept my name out of your fucking mouth, okay? Anyway, with the young ages, it's a lot. My oldest, I don't have to monitor or be too involved in. However, my middle has learning disabilities and struggles. So with her, it's a lot of involvement. It is absolutely. Like my 12-year-old, he has ADHD. So it's really, really hard to get him to pay attention. You know what I mean? To catch his attention. He's highly intelligent, all kids are intelligent. Every kid learns differently. Every kid. So, but with him, it's very hard to catch his attention. So once you do catch his attention, it's pretty cool, especially when I can do it when it comes to school. But you guys don't know this about my 12-year-old. Now, I would never promote him on here, and the reason why I wouldn't is because there's too many trolls, and there's people like Megamouth who are losers and dox people. But my son, okay, I can tell you right now, has 6,000 subscribers. He is absolutely amazing. He does
there's a video with over 500 views.
He has one video that has over 500,000 views, you guys. He's amazing. He found something that he loves. He's really into graphic designs and things like that. My 12-year-old, you guys. And he just did one video and it freaking blew up. So my son is more popular than me. I'm so proud of him. He just literally, he puts his all into his YouTube. And to be honest with you guys, let me tell you something. This happened with his stepdad. He's doing good in school. However, middle school is a huge adjustment for anyone. And he ended up going back and forth with another kid or whatever. He got a detention. Okay. And we were trying to figure out what it is that we can do to get to him. You know what I'm saying? So him and his stepdad are like best friends. They are literally the bestest of friends. Okay. And when they were driving home one day from school, he's like, that's it. You're deleting your YouTube. I'm deleting your YouTube. If you get in trouble one more time. I think it was his second detention. And he literally threatened his own dad. He flipped the fuck out, you guys. He flipped out. He told him, you're not going to like what I do to you if you do that to me. You're not going to like it if you delete my YouTube.
That's the only thing that I value in life.
He said, he told his dad, that's the only thing I value in life is my YouTube. If you take my YouTube, you're not going to like what I'm going to do to you. So, of course, Daddy got mad and stopped the car in the middle of the road. in the middle of the road and was like, "What did you say to me?" Because I think he can't control what he says. If you know anything about children who have ADHD, they have literally no filter. Like, you know how when little children are little and they have no filter? Well, children with ADHD, they truly don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard for it's almost like impulse control. So it just came out and he threatened his dad. And it was really, really bad.
And he didn't mean it.
He did not mean it. He apologized over and over and over again. But he was so upset because he loves his YouTube. He worked really hard to get to where he is. And when you have a video that has like almost 1 million views,
all right,
when you have a video that has almost 1 million views, like, of course you're going to be mad. However, if he does if he was to continuously get in trouble in school, yes, we would have to do that. And we're just that type of people where his school comes first. And if we had to make him delete it, that would be a last resort, but absolutely we would, because he can't get in trouble in school. You know what I mean? So yeah, he threatened. So it was, but he knew like, wow, he got mad and he stopped the car in the middle of the street. However, he did go to him and apologize when they got home and everything like that. He lost it, Does he show on his YouTube how to do the videos? Yes, he does. I love to learn more about graphic design on some YouTube videos I watch. Don't actually show what they need. I understand what you're saying. He does. He'll do different videos where he'll show how you do it. Absolutely. And I would promote him, but I don't trust people on here. People on here are disgusting. I wish I could. There were times that he's begged me, but I don't trust the people on here. Horrible, horrible people on here, doxing, doing all this bullshit, and I'm not going to have that done to my child. You know what I mean? Nothing but trolls, but let me just say, I'm so proud of him. He's absolutely amazing. And I couldn't be more proud of him. We are so proud of him, but we want to be more proud of him when it comes to school. School is important. School comes before YouTube. Okay. But I do think that he has a future in YouTube. Absolutely. He's good at it. It is very rare for a video to blow up like that. And a lot of people like myself have to work hard for a video to blow up like that. So for him to have that many views on one video, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm so proud of him. And all of his videos do great, but it was just that one video that just blew up. But then he has some that has 17,000. He's only 12. He has some videos that have 30,000. Like, what my son, So agreed. I know you have to be a certain age for TikTok. Is it the same for YouTube? I don't know. Who? Yeah, he would. He wants to be on TikTok, but there's stipulations to his YouTube, and one of them is he's not allowed to show his face. So I would let him have a TikTok when he's allowed to show his face, but he's not allowed to show anything except for his work. Maybe next year, yeah. My youngest cousin started making music and movies on the crappy programs that come with laptops, and now he has a music. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, let's get started here. I'm just reading you guys' comments. She's got some nerve coming in here. Like, she's such a fucking loser. Molly.
She came in?
Yeah. She did.
How you know?
Like, get the fuck out of here. YouTube is very good at protecting young people, much better than TikTok. That, I mean, I definitely will let him show his face probably next year. There's creepy people on YouTube. You know what I mean? So we try to protect him as much as we can from that. They're really strict with TikTok and kids. They should be. I've seen some pretty not good things on TikTok, some pretty X-rated things on TikTok. That's why he's not allowed to have a TikTok. He's not allowed to have any social medias except for YouTube. And it's because I can monitor it very well. Like, I'm the owner of his account. He's just on there. There are creeps on social media. Tia, I'm streaming you so I could be nosy and find out what happened. Okay. My youngest cousin started making music and movies and the crappy programs that come with laptops, and now he has a music contract. Oh God, I read that already. Sorry. I'm sure you're doing amazing. Kids with ADHD and ODD can be an adventure each day. Yes, they absolutely can. Absolutely, they're creeps on social media. Hold on, let me go up. She better not come in here again. Like, what the hell does she think she's doing? Okay, so anyway, I want to start by talking about some things. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick, okay? One second. You'll hear silence, but that's just because I'm pulling something up. Okay, so I ran across something today, and I want to show you guys. So let me just give you a little bit of history with the Nonsense channel. So my coverage of Without a Crystal Ball, I did coverage on her and her coverage of the Dre McCrae Justice for Vaughn situation. And at one time with the Nonsense channel, I did think that she was without a crystal ball, or Without a Crystal Ball was her. It happened at like the perfect timing. And for a while there, she didn't show her face. Her voice was disguised. So I did think that that Without a Crystal Ball was somehow affiliated with her, and she still could be. I don't know. But I do have a certain amount of respect for the Nonsense because she stands tall and firm on her opinion and the things that she believes. Do I necessarily agree with everything that she says? No, because I still to this day think that if Miss Letitia wouldn't have never gotten involved with Mega Mouth or Justice for All or any of them, I don't think that she would be going through the things that she's going through when it comes to the internet. So I do think that there's some things that Miss Letitia could have done differently, but I look at Miss Letitia as she just didn't know about YouTube. I would love to have, Ms. Letitia, Nonsense. She seems like she's reasonable. Maybe they could actually talk. I don't know. But I adore Ms. Letitia. I think that she is a beautiful person. And I empathize with what she's going through. And I get that now, Revival. I do. And I apologized. I said I stand corrected. So, but I do. I have a respect for her because she stands tall and firm on the things that she believes in. And so do I. I stand tall, I stand firm. And like I said, she's entitled to her opinion just like I'm entitled to mine. And if you judge people just because of the opinions that they have, well, then I wouldn't, I don't think that's obviously a good thing to just, that's okay, Revival. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. And I just don't think that the Nonsense Channel is like that. I think she just believes what she believes, and I believe what I believe. And that's okay. You can respectfully disagree with something. So I do think that it's awesome how she stands with what she believes in. You know what I mean? But what I will say is that I personally do not agree with the things that I have been watching. Okay. And the only reason why I had come across her live stream today is just because I was on YouTube and I happened to see a live stream that she was doing. And I would like to play this for you guys and also offer some of my opinion on it. Okay. And like I said, I appreciate her for standing firm and tall in the things that she believes in. And I do believe that it's always good to not let anyone sway your opinion. If you have an opinion, you stand tall and firm with that. And nobody should be able to change your mind. However, it's okay to think critically and look at things from a different perspective. But I do have respect for her. I think she seems like she's very honest and she believes in what she believes in. So I don't have anything against her. And I wish that there was a way that people could come together and actually talk and be able to communicate with each other, and maybe there could be some type of solution, because you can't have if there's no communication, then there's no solution, right? But that would have to be something that she'd be open to. It would have to be something that Miss Letitia would be open to. And right now, I think Miss Letitia, her focus is probably just, Vaughn, which it should be. So, and I always wish Miss Letitia the best, and I still think that she's an amazing person and woman. So let me share this real quick. And let me be clear here. Megamouth coming in here, I don't tag her. This is the only time I've ever tagged her. And the reason why I tagged her is because of this specific video and because of the person who was on her panel. It has nothing to do with her. It's not something that I don't usually tag her in any video that I've ever done about her. I don't fucking tag her because I don't care for her. I don't like that woman. I will never like that woman. I'm 100% totally against everything that she stands for. She is a horrible person. She is the epitome of evil, in my opinion. She is a life ruiner. She has tried to ruin so many people's lives, but failed miserably. I have zero respect for her. So that's the only reason why I tagged her is because of the person that was on her panel. Okay, let's be clear on that. So let me share my screen here. This live stream is a live stream that Goose was on. And I don't absolutely know everything that the live stream is about because I didn't watch the whole thing, okay? I watched some of it. So let's just listen. Again, this is under fair use commentary. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Hopefully the Nonsense Channel won't mind. How do I do that? Okay. And of course, you guys know I'll be stopping and starting this because it's commentary, right? So let me play this here.
Hey, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to get here because this is going to be an interesting one. Tell me how you're doing. My opinion only based on the content that they have put out publicly. So again, my opinion based on their content. But, you know, we got to say these lovely disclaimers. I'll have to figure out how to do an intro, something like that sooner or later. Miss Lee, I'll mod everybody again. I just took everybody off because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm creating a lot of drama. But why do you get a pass and everybody else doesn't? Harm on anybody. I don't wish their family members ill. I don't wish that for any of them. The problem I have with it is you're not alone in this endeavor. You made a choice while you're going through all of the stuff in life. You already had that going on. And then when shit gets tough, you use that as a way to overshadow your accountability. And that's what I have a problem with, because I've dealt with and taken care of somebody with Lewy body dementia. If you don't know what that is, that's a very extreme form of dementia.
Just have started getting
Fun one. Kirks, I think you've been through the video. This is a really simple one, but there's a lot of questions, y'all, that I just found myself in a new rabbit hole.
So yeah, for people that just came in, I was talking with Marissa, and then we decided that we'd just go live, and I just had been taking some time because my mom is slowly dying from dementia and things just have started getting really bad.
I have to say right there, like, of course, I don't.
Let me start off here. Okay. Wait, so do they not change their voice anymore? Or is that not nonsense? This is the nonsense channel, and this is a video she's playing. Okay, so here's, excuse me, what I want to say. I've always known that Goose's mom suffered with dementia. Dementia. And my heart and prayers go out to Goose and her mother. I've always prayed for Goose and her mother, even when we were friends. That's something that I know is a lot of work to take care of someone who has dementia. And my grandfather had dementia. So I know. And I've always known that about her. And that's something that I stand tall and firm on. Like I've said, even about the nonsense channel, I've always known that her mom has had that. And I've always thought that it was very, very awesome, but yet difficult of her to be able to do that. I knew it was a lot on her. There's been many of times that I've been on the phone with her and she's vented, and I've always been there for her. Always. That's why it was so hard for me to accept everything that happened. Okay. And what happened is exactly what Megamouth wanted to happen. That's the problem. And that's what she let happen. That's not my problem. She's a grown-ass woman. She can make her own decisions, period. Okay.
Wish that on anybody that knows, like, I don't wish harm on anybody. I don't wish their family members ill. I don't wish that for any of them. The problem I have with it is you're not alone in this endeavor. You made a choice while you're going through all of the stuff in life. You already had that going on. And then when shit gets tough, you use that as a way to overshadow your accountability. And that's what I have a problem.
And this is why I respect the nonsense channel, because she keeps it real. Okay. Let's just be real. She keeps it real. I may not agree with the things that she keeps it real on, but I agree with this. And I agree with a lot of the things that she says. But that's the problem here. I have always looked at Goose as a very strong person for the way she takes care of her mother. Like I said, I think it is an amazing thing. I also think it's very hard and difficult for anyone. I know what that's like because I know the days that I've taken care of my mother, that I went to chemo with my mother when she had to go to chemo every Thursday for years, okay, for 10 years. I remember watching her get sick from chemo, all of those things. So I know it may not be the same situation, but I know what it's like to take care of a parent that's, you know, ill, sick. So I understand that, but I do agree with this. She has always been here. She's always made live streams, and I always used to tell her, you do not have to come to every single live stream. You don't have to be here. You know, if it's hard for you, you need to get some rest, go get some rest, whatever, you know. But she always wanted to be here, and I always appreciated that about her. I always appreciated that she tried to make it here, and she even looked at it like, you know, this is my, you know, my time to get away. You know, I like being in the chat, blah, 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 blah. So it's something that she enjoyed, and I enjoyed having her here. You know what I'm saying? But it was always something that came, you know, naturally to her. She would come in, she would, you know, always make sure that her mother was taken care of. And then she would come into my live. And then there'd be some times that I started my live early, and she would say, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it until later on, whatever. But the point is that these things have always been going on, and it was very convenient when you have someone like Megamouth saying all kinds of lies about me. You know, the majority of these things she's saying is not true, and you just sit back and watch.
Problem with, because I've dealt with and taken care of somebody with Lewy body dementia. If you don't know what that is, that's a very extreme form of dementia, and it becomes very violent. It's pretty progressive. It usually can go hand in hand with Parkinson's. So again, I feel for you, but at the same time, there's no, why do you get a pass and everybody else doesn't? That's what I don't understand. And when she says that, she'll come into the next piece of this, and you'll hear this is a choice of timing she made.
And so I was, with everything that had gone on, I just was like, you know, I'm going to take some time and spend some time with her. And
again, she just says, with everything that was going on, I decided to take some time. Not because the situation needed her time and energy, because it was convenient to check out at that point in time. Totally understand. Again, everybody needs a break, but you contradict yourself so much because you want grace. You want grace given to you, Goose. Which, of course, Goose isn't her name, but, you know, sea chickens all kind of squawk like Goose. I don't know, geese, whatever you want to call them. But it's just, they don't pass that out to anybody else. They want grace, but they won't give it to anybody else.
a little time away from the tube, and just, you know, next thing I start hearing all this stuff about Marissa.
Let's be honest here. It wasn't the next thing she just started hearing about stuff. She hasn't left YouTube. She is just involved now, currently, and has been all along. She's just not under her normal profile. She's not under the account that most people know her under. That's the situation. She's just as involved as she was before. She's just under a different account. That's all it is.
I allegedly.
Now, see, that I didn't know. Those are things that I did not know. I don't keep track of her. I don't know what account she's under or anything like that. All I know is that once everything kind of blew up, and here's how it happened, okay? Which a lot of you guys know this story, but how it happened is when I found out the report was real, okay, there were a lot of things being told to me behind the scenes, and most of those things that were being told to me was from Goose herself, okay. And one of the things that she would tell me is when she told me that the report was fake. Now, we all know where that came from, and when she told me that, once I believed her, you know what I'm saying, but once I went and looked at looked it for myself, and someone else looked for it, and I got the proof, I'm like, well, it isn't, this is real. And I started figuring out it was real anyway when I went and seen the report for myself, not just prior to me sending for it, but also when I would see it on the Science Girl, she had talked about it. Down the rabbit hole, she had talked about it, and I seen him like this report, the Chesme report. He did a video about it, and it was under my impression that all of these people who were talking about this report and saying that this report is, real, that they were going to be in trouble for it. These are the things that I was being told behind the scenes. Once I figured out for myself, okay, this report is real, I talked to Goose about that, because I'm like, why did you tell me that this was fake? Knowing damn well that it's real. This is a real report. And when I confronted her about this, it was almost as if, and it wasn't even a confront, it was mostly me talking to her about this and other things. And I was always very straight up and honest with Goose. I've always been very honest with her, and I always ask for that in return. So when I, talked to her about this, among other things, like I said, that's when she just kind of bailed out and was like, look, there's things I've been noticing about you too. She never said the things that she was noticing about me, nor did I even ask her. This was her choice, okay? I always found it very, very odd how she backed out very conveniently. As soon as I did a video saying this report is indeed real, okay? All of a sudden, then you have Megamouth making up lies, slandering me, talking shit about me, all kinds of things. And she was nowhere to be found. That was my issue. That was my problem. My problem was, how could you sit back and listen to this woman lie, slander, dox fucking people, and be okay with that and not say anything? Now, granted, the only way that I would give Goose the benefit of the doubt is because I know how Megamouth is. She'll dox people who leaves her Patreon. She'll do all kinds of things. So I get it. Maybe she's just scared, but it's still taking the easy way out. Okay. A couple years, none your business. A couple years. I was friends with her for, I don't know, probably like a year and a half or so.
Having some big fallout, and
we've never said that you and Marissa had a falling out. You and Molly had a falling out. You call her Marissa, I call her Messy Molly, or many other things, but same difference. We don't care what your friendship is like with her. We really don't. I'm just curious because I think people, and here's some of the questions I have. When did Goose enter the picture into Molly's world? Anybody know? Was it conveniently end of 2019, beginning of 2020, 2021? Was it somewhere in there between very end of 2019 and beginning of 2021? Is that the window where Goose appeared out of? Anybody know? Nobody might. I feel like there's a few people that do, though. Yeah. Isn't that when she appeared? About 3 years ago. And during that time, was that kind of when the start of Heels on the Ground? Can anybody tell me when their little Heels on the Ground investigation group actually was first initially brought up? Can anybody tell me the time frame of that? Because I think that time frame coincides with Goose entering the picture. Yeah, I'm new too. I'm so new that I don't know. So these are like, I'm actually asking questions, but I'm laying out a timeline for you guys at the same time. You guys know me well enough to know that when I'm asking questions, there's a reason for it. That there's something behind it. And usually that encourages people to kind of start doing their own investigations. I, again, am saying this loosely because I'm just looking for timelines. But she isn't no newbie out here. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's positioned herself in the back end of MGL's camp. Who else is in the back end of MGL's camp? Penelope. Who else is in the back end of Molly's camp? Well, I know who a bunch of their mods are, which I don't need to name them because I don't know how involved they are, but there's a few of them in that back end of things. Either December 2021 or
things that some people.
Oh, it's Heels on the. Oh, it's Heels on the Ground. Did I say Heels in the Air? I'm so sorry. Heels on the Ground, not Heels in the Air.
I don't know much about heels on the ground or whatever. I don't know much about that. But what I do know is that if I was in that position, and like I said, I understand, I completely understand. Megamouth is a horrible person. She doxes people. They've been friends for a good amount of time. So maybe she has a lot on her, but still, that still speaks volumes to me of what type of person that you are. Because if I was the type of person to sit back, okay, and watch someone be slandered, pretty much victimized, saying derogatory things, all of these things that are lies, it doesn't matter if it's being said behind the scenes, because she could have been saying behind the scenes, why are you doing this? Blah, 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 blah. This is just me giving her the benefit of the doubt. But it doesn't matter because all of these things were said publicly. And when these things started happening, it also made me look at her differently. And I'm talking about Goose because this is who Megamouth is. She's a horrible person. And you've stood by this horrible person for a very long time. And you've excused this horrible person's behavior for a very long time.
Heels, which one's the good one? Heels on the air. Heels in the air is the good one, right? Heels on the ground is the bad one. Correct? I always mix them up. I hate that. Heels in the air is the good one. Just to clarify, I'll probably have to go back and put a statement in there. Yes, heels in the air is good. I'm sorry, y'all. Heels on the ground, Molly's little thing that she started. That's what I'm talking about, not heels in the air. Heels in the air is a great channel. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I was like, oh, I'm going to get everybody confused. 2 years ago. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie. Look at Molly. Completely.
Yeah, no?
Sometimes I think YouTube is like the old like National Enquirer. I mean, the things that some people make up, it's like.
You want to talk about what things people make up? You want to talk about people that insert themselves in huge cases with celebrities and make statements? It's amazing the things people make up. Like claiming you're professionals, claiming that you have degrees. There's a lot of stuff that people make up that would probably be National Enquirer worthy if the people were famous, which they're not. They try to be, but they're not.
Oh.
Really? But so yeah, I didn't go anywhere. I'm not planning to be away forever.
We all know this. We know that you've been around. You've been very active and very much involved.
Just have been going.
I truly want to know nonsense. How do you know that? Because you must be good, because I don't know anything about that. I thought she was gone off here. Whatever. Of course, I am not that type of person that's into things like that, or I miss everything. Let's put it that way. I always miss everything. But at the end of the day, what ultimately I'm saying is that even this next video that I'm going to show you, one of the things that Goose used to always tell me is, Tia, my loyalty is with you. You know what I'm saying? And I've always taken that to the heart, because that's what I thought that she was. I always thought that her loyalty was with me. But ultimately, she showed that her loyalty was never with me. And the sad part about it is that once I started talking about the Justice for Vaughn situation, the story, you could tell that Megamouth is the type of person that likes to ruin people's relationships, ruin people's friendships. However, she can't do those things if you don't let her. If you have a strong bond with somebody, you're not going to let them get in between your relationship with someone if you have that strong bond. So to me, how I look at it is, no matter what it was that Megamouth may have been telling Goose behind the scenes, Goose had a choice, and she could have stayed out of it. She could have said, you know what, I'm not telling her, I'm not saying nothing. It's not my place. Because once you start saying things to me, it starts to become manipulative. And it's almost as if you and I'm referring to Goose, you are Molly's puppet and she's just pulling the strings. And you don't have to let her pull the strings when it comes to someone that is your friend. Now, I'm the type of person also that when you tell me things, it's always with me. I will never go behind your back and, gossip, talk about you in the personal private things that we've talked about. I'm not going to go and blast messages that we've had and all that kind of stuff. I would never do that unless my name was slandered. And through this whole entire thing, this woman has slandered my name. And for you to stand back and to just sit back and take the easy way out, that was the only thing that I had a problem with. It's not that I hate her. It's not that I don't even necessarily think that she's a horrible person. I just think that you need to get your mind right, okay? Because your mind is not, if you think, let's just put it this way, if you think that Megamouth is loyal to you and that she is a good friend to you, you have another thing coming, because if you do one thing to her, okay, let's just say that she would have came out publicly and said, this is a lie. I cannot believe that, Megamouth is saying that, Tia is transgender because of her makeup, saying derogatory things about the LGBTQ community, lying about the palettes, lying about all of these fucking things, okay? I know that Megamouth would have attacked her, probably would have doxed her, put all her business out there, and she seriously might be scared, okay? But at the end of the day, that's what you should have thought of when you're standing there watching her do this shit to other people. Do you think she's not going to do that shit to you? That's what I'm saying, okay? If you stood by her and watched her dox this person, that person, shit, I can guarantee you probably helped her do a lot of that shit, okay? Behind the scenes. If you are standing back watching her do all of this bullshit, what the fuck makes you think that she's not going to do it to you? It comes with the territory of you being friends with someone like that. So therefore, you got to suck it up and say, look, this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Leave my name out of it. She literally was sitting there talking all kinds of shit. Okay, trying to say, oh, Tia was a horrible friend to Goose, trying to make Goose look like the victim, trying to make herself look like the victim, and using me to do it. Okay, and you sat back and watched it all happen. I'm sorry, that it's a wrap for me. I have nothing to, I'm at that point, and I've been at that point. But once you do those types of things, once you show me who you are, I believe you. And once I seen that, it was a wrap, period. But at the end of the day, I have always had her back. I have always would have been a way better friend to her as far as loyalty when it comes, even now, just because she's sitting back watching and sat back and watched, okay, someone that she calls a friend talk shit about me, say horrible things about me that she knows it isn't true, I wouldn't do those things to her. It's called integrity. And the majority of the people here on YouTube do not have it. They fucking don't. So you better watch your ass. You better be careful. You better be careful who you talk to. You better be careful who you confide in. You better be careful with who you trust. Because most people on YouTube are full of fucking shit. Not everybody, but the majority.
Going through a lot, and it's just been tough and stuff like that. So just dealing with real life stuff, not YouTube bullshit. So
Goose, what do you think Dre's trying to do? Can I ask you that? You honk about your life, Molly's life. All of you guys deserve grace because you're going through real life shit, all of this stuff. But at the same time, you have sat there daily in the comments, on panels, multiple streams, all over the place. Have you ever given her real life a consideration? Nope, sure fucking haven't, have you? continue on.
I mean, there really is like more to, life.
Yeah.
Is there more to life, Molly? Hey, Molly, remember those people you've so proudly toted around and said, nobody will ever find out who this is. Nobody will ever do that. If your real life is so important, then why aren't you checking out and dealing with your real life instead of playing games with all of these people and trying to hide identities and then of your people and then search for other identities? And you're paying people to do this stuff for you, but you claim your real life is so important. We're not the ones that are questioning the difference between social media and reality. That's not us over here. We all are very well aware. That's why we don't sit here for 15 hours a day streaming nonstop.
Oh my God, somebody got me something off my Amazon wish list. Oh, they got me something good too. Oh, thank
Oh, I know about
you.
something too. You're going to be like so excited. I can't tell you. It's a surprise.
So she's been away dealing with real life, but yet at the same time, she's getting messages from people that are sending gifts to Molly. Y'all catch that, right? So she's checked out. She's dealing with real life, but she's still intercepting messages to get Molly gifts. That's what's important, is Molly's surprises and her gifts. Do you hear what they say out of their own fucking mouths? They just don't even, I mean, it's so gross. It just, and what?
It is. And here's also one of the things that I say. I've never seen so many cold-hearted, brutal people here on YouTube. Okay? I haven't. It's literally, it's crazy here on YouTube. It's a shit show. It's all of those things. But I will never, ever let that change me and who I am. Will I always let those things make me look at you sideways? Yes, absolutely. And I'm 100 about that to anyone that I meet. I'm always going to look at you sideways because I've been through enough here on YouTube to know that if it's someone like, there was a comment that I think it was Justice for All, and who was it? Oh yeah, Mega Mouth. Who else's panel will he be on besides hers? But anyway, and they were like, I never thought I'd see the day that Tia and Goose would no longer be friends. But see, here's the thing. That didn't come from my side. Okay. At the end of the day, she made her choice. And when you stay silent, that's complicity to me. And it shows your character. It shows who you are. Because there are so many times that I could have kept my mouth shut, okay, and made things easier for myself. But I spoke up because I know that it's the right thing to do. It's not always the easy thing to do, okay? It's never easy to speak out against someone, here on YouTube that may have more subscribers than you. All of these things, those things aren't easy. But to me, it's necessary. I have always stood alone. So I don't give a fuck if I do stand alone. I do not care. Because that isn't going to change me. That's not going to change who I am. And I will never let people like this turn me cold. Okay? And turn me into a horrible person.
What is the fucking wish list thing, y'all? I'm sorry. I'm good with people having wish lists and things for, like, if they're doing games or if they're a makeup artist or like there's certain things I can understand it for. But have you seen some of these creators' wish lists? And then she has the audacity to drag all of these people who had GoFundMes, needed to ask for help, anything like that. She drags those people. And then she recruits a sea line backup string of creators to surround herself with. She kind of like tries to build a fortress with brick walls. And they kind of go in order of, I don't know how she breaks them down. But one level she has is people who she likes to have on backup. So if she needs somebody to attack, there's always one of them that she does. So she encourages people to have these wish lists, to ask for money from their followers, all that stuff. But that's the first thing she'll use against them when she decides to pull that trigger. What are they not getting out of this? Oh, Robin, I wonder if you know even some of the things that we're going to talk about today. But that's my thing. I won't come to you guys and message you. Nonsense don't work that way. And Roseanne, again, here's your invitation. You want to show proof of Flava doing all this stuff? the audience is yours. You can come on up, I'll mute, you can talk all you want, but just show the proof. You have been offered to tell your side. That's totally fine. You're in my comments on Facebook trying to get my attention. You have been welcomed here. You're still welcome to come up here and talk, but you want my attention, so here you can have it if you want it. Anyways, let's continue. But I don't go in inboxes and start messaging people asking them for information. That's not my style. You can ask anybody. I don't come to you and like, oh, can I pluck your brain? Unless I have a question about like unrelated stuff. But I've been asked many times, what can I do to help you bring her down, all this stuff. That's not how I operate. Never has been.
It's not from me. It's from somebody else.
Somebody surprised me.
You'll see. I think you're gonna love it.
Someone's bringing Tom Cruise to my house.
No, not Tom Cruise, but I still think you'll like it.
Tom are having some problems right now.
Yeah. The dreams are.
No, it's not the dreams. Well, he hasn't come and visited me for a couple weeks, but it's worse. I'm halfway through this Leah Remini Scientology thing, and I'm not too happy with him.
She's not too happy with Tom Cruise. That's who she's talking about. She's obsessed and weird. But you notice how in a moment of like seriousness, she reverts it to gifts about her and Tom Cruise. There's never a moment that she actually.
Please shut the fuck up, Mega Mouth. Tom Cruise don't want you. You'll never have him. He would take one look at you and probably throw up. Get over yourself, okay? Nobody even cares about Tom Cruise and his shady ass and the stuff that he's done with Scientology. That's another story for a different day. But let's just be real here, okay? At the end of the day, you can never have him, okay?
Is tuned in or gives a shit unless it's about her.
Damn Scientology.
He's a little power hungry, don't you think?
Is he jumping on couches again?
No, he's not allowed to. He embarrassed the church.
I don't think he's the only one that's ever embarrassed a church. Didn't you take a picture of a child in a church? I guess it's fitting that you would like him, huh?
That's a shame.
And they don't like her. They see her as an enemy. They see her as an enemy.
Speaking of enemies, would it potentially be possible that somebody from one of the big creators' crews who turned on another big creator would potentially try to weasel their way in to another creator and then use said creator against their enemy, aka another ex-creator or another creator? Is that possible? Speaking of enemies. Anybody picking up what I'm throwing out there?
All right, guys.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed too.
I gotta do some juicing.
By the way, this was like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. And they were up doing this. Yeah, but here we are.
We'll get to juicing, and I hope everybody has a good day, and just don't always believe everything you hear on YouTube.
Oh, guys.
Don't believe everything you hear on YouTube, especially if it's coming out of that camp. Hey, Goose, where's the proof? You started screaming and, well, honking in August that you had all this proof that this was all on the up and up, that Letitia was scammed, all of this proof, all of these receipts. Where did it go? Why haven't you shown that? Oh, that's right. It's not a priority.
Especially on YouTube. They're all a bunch of liars.
Ugh.
Let's talk about liars.
Yep, let's talk about liars. Megamouth is one of the biggest liars that ever walked the face of the fucking earth. How about that? Okay. She is the biggest liar I've ever seen here on YouTube. She's a freaking pathological liar. She doesn't even know when she's lying. It just literally comes out of her mouth like word vomit. Like she can't even help it. That's all this woman does is lie. Okay, first of all, I don't even know what the hell she's talking about or what the hell either one of them are talking about. Nobody ever thought for a second that Goose was never going to come back to YouTube. I mean, I sure didn't. I don't know who else thought that. Maybe she was gone for a while until this all blows over, but it's not going to blow over because as I've said and I'll continue to fucking say it, okay? You should have kept my name out of your mouth. When you lie on someone, okay, and just because you chose to be quiet now because you've told so many lies and I debunked every single one of your lies, when you lie and you dox and you do all of this crazy bullshit, people are going to talk about it because people know who you are. And if you're a creator, you're going to make content to let people know what a horrible person this woman is. I'm not the first person to do it, and I damn sure ain't going to be the last because she's done so much to so many people on here. And it's not about clouts because there is no clout from her. Okay. I get way more views talking about other creators. Okay. I get way more views holding Without a Crystal Ball accountable. Way more views. So it's not about that. She's a bigger creator than her. She's not even that big of a creator. That's why she surrounds herself with smaller creators. Okay. And then she uses it to her fucking advantage when it's convenient for her. If you, okay, don't go along with her narratives and her lies, she will throw you under the bus just like she did me. And I've never fucking talked to this woman. Never talked to her, never had a private conversation with her. I'd have to pay her to do that though, right? I'd have to pay her. I'd have to pay her to be in her Patreon in order for her to have a life coaching session with me. Get the fuck out of here, okay? And then have a stadium full of seats. Because I would never take life coaching from a messed up, wannabe reality show, washed up, nasty person like her. Let me just get that straight.
Anybody know where you can find some liars on YouTube? I haven't seen any. I don't know what anybody's talking about. I think everybody's so honest over there. I don't even know what she's talking about right now. She can't even lie about lying right. Like she fails at lying about lying.
Just remember that, like, when you want to go at somebody, just remember that you just don't know what they're going through in their real life. And
Goose, lean, come here, closer. I know you can hear me. What about Dre and their family? What about what they're going through? What about all these other people that Molly attacks on a daily basis? What about what they're going through?
I'm going to have to go ahead and say, I 100% agree with you. Nonsense. You don't know what the fuck I was going through when she was saying all that shit. She don't know. But it's different when it comes to them though, right? Everybody's supposed to be quiet. Go somewhere and sit down because I'm supposed to care about what they're going through. But what? You don't know what I was going through when she was lying on me, slandering me about the pallets and all that kind of stuff. You don't know what I was going through. But that's okay though, right? That's okay.
Oh, that doesn't matter, right? None of that shit matters.
when you do know what somebody's going through in their real life, there's no need to like shove their face in the dirt when you already know they're going through like probably the toughest point in their entire life. And you,
isn't it ironic? Don't you think? How she said,
shove the face in the dirt. Okay. Well, then I don't know who you're talking about, but you should probably be saying that to the person you're on panel with. You know, how she shoves everybody's face in the dirt and you don't know what other people are going through. But why is it okay? Why is it okay for her to do it? It's not. First of all, at the end of the day, I don't talk to you, so I don't know what you're going through, for one. And for two, I didn't bring up your fucking name. She did. Megamouth did. She's the one who started talking about you. Your name would never have been brought up, except for when it came to the pallets. Your name would have never been brought up until they brought it up, until they used your name, Goose, to throw me under the bus. They used your name, okay, to throw me under the bus. Oh, Tia, she's a horrible friend, and she screwed Goose over, and another one of my patrons for the pallets, and all of these things. She's the one who brought up your name first, so I had no choice but to address it. Could I have ignored it? Fuck no. I'm not going to ignore it because I don't have to ignore it. And if you know me well enough, which Goose does, maybe not as much as she thinks, but she knows me well enough to know I'm not going to ignore something like that because it's a fucking lie. And she knows it is too. I don't rub people's face in the dirt. You need to be talking to her. You should be on panel saying that to her. You should be on panel saying to her, why did you even bring my name up in the first place? You better take it back, okay? You better do your research if you so-called haven't been watching, because she's the one who brought you into this mess in the first place. And even then, I haven't said anything really.
Sits here and says, when you know what somebody's actually going through. Again, she's talking about herself because she's been, talked about a few times because of her behaviors and her statements. But yet she sits and aligns with people who do it on a daily basis to make money off of this, to make money off of victims and their families. Again, not a single cent of the money that they raised went to Marvon or his children. And that's a fact.
You've already gone through it yourself. So
I mean, they're still coming at me when they know I'm under a momentous amount of stress.
A momentous amount of stress. What's that? What is your life any different than anybody else's? Actually, it's a lot better than a lot of people's. And you brag about it constantly.
I do know a little bit from clips that I've seen, the things that Megamouth is going through, and I always pray for everybody. I hope everything is okay, and I'm sure her mother will be okay, especially how she talks about how strong her mother is. But let me be clear here, okay? You sitting here talking about a momentous amount of stress that you're going through, then why do you keep talking about Michelle? And I'm not really that fond of Michelle, okay? I think that Michelle is just one of those people that needs to log off, okay? But at the end of the day, you still keep attacking her. You still keep talking about her. If you're talking about people don't give a fuck what you're going through. They just don't. If you're throwing people under the bus, they don't give a fuck what you're going through. Because at the end of the day, when you were bashing and slandering them, you didn't care what that person was going through, or that person, or that person. The thousands of people that you bash and slander for content on a daily basis, you don't stop and empathize for them. So why should they stop and empathize for you? What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Constantly. So you, again, expect people to grant you grace and understand you're under so much pressure. But again, you don't have that same compassion for anybody else. Not a single soul. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. And that's why people say the things they do. That's why people feel the way they do, because your behaviors.
Yeah, but they don't care.
Of course.
I mean, it's like, yeah.
Oh, of course we don't. But they do.
Somebody knows exactly what I'm
doing.
going
To them? Never.
Yeah.
She's throwing a dig at Tia. That's what Goose is doing, is throwing digs at Tia, because Tia came out and told the truth. She's never, to my knowledge, trashed Goose. I've never heard her. She's never doxed her, to my knowledge. Any of that. She didn't go give all of her personal information out to anybody, to my knowledge. I mean, I haven't seen anybody talk about it. So again, you're aligning with somebody who has gone after your ex-friend, right? You were friends with her and made references about her being transgender. She's called her horrific names, horrific things, drug her on a daily just for the fun of it. And you align with that. What a great friend you are.
It just.
Let me tell you something, okay? I don't give a fuck what you're going through right now. I don't. Do you want to know why? Because you didn't give a fuck when I was being bashed, when I was being slandered. And the sad part about it is, I have not bashed you. I have not slandered you. I have not said a damn thing about you until I didn't have a choice but to address it because your so-called friend, Mega Mouth, brought your name into it. I never had any intentions of bringing your name into it. So talk to the person that you are on panel with and hold her accountable. Don't take no digs at me, okay? Don't do that, because at the end of the day, I never did shit to you. I would have walked away and never mentioned your name again. I've done it millions of times here on YouTube, and it ain't no different with you, okay? Yes, I looked at you as a friend, but you showed me that you never looked at me as a friend when you sat back and let this woman bash and slander me. You didn't even have to go off on her. You didn't have to, all you had to do is go public and say these things that you're saying is not true. Please stop. But you didn't. Yeah, she would have continued. Of course she would have. But I still would have had more respect because at least you stood for what was right. There's no taking any digs at you. I don't have time to take digs at you. The only reason why I ever started, and don't make me go back to the first video that she did, where she is the one who brought your name up. She is the one who used your name to take digs at me. So I had no choice but to say, okay, she wants to start this. This is how it all happened. I don't have time for this bullshit, nor do I have time to sit here and have you talk about I'm pushing your name in the dirt. How am I pushing your name in the dirt? The only one who pushed your name in the dirt and put your name, drug you, is the person that you're loyal to on panel with. Okay? At the end of the day, you're only making yourself look ridiculous, not me, because she started all of this. All of this. She didn't have to say shit. She could have walked away. She didn't have to come in my chat and say, I'm unsubscribing. Then take your ass and unsubscribe. This is not an airport for the 50th time. No need to announce your departure. Take the fuck off. But that's not what she did. She had to come in here like the washed up wannabe reality show star person she is and announce to everybody that she was unsubscribing for a dog whistle for all of her other subscribers to do it. And then she goes in her Patreon and makes a post about me, making sure to confirm that everyone's unsubscribed from me. Then she started counting how many subscribers I lost as if she made me. Let me tell you something. The only person who started this shit was her. Then she started talking about Goose this, Goose that. Tia did Goose horrible. No, I've done nothing but be honest to Goose. Always kept it 100 with her. She just couldn't do the same. But dragging your face or putting your face in the dirt, no. The only person who did that is the person that you're loyal to. She used your name to make me look like I'm this horrible person. Period.
Yep. So it's unfortunate what some people do, but
yeah, it is really unfortunate what some people do. And then they get called out for, like what's happening right now. You showed your behavior and showed who you are. That's why we're here.
oh well.
Oh, well,
Nobody
That's on
has any,
them.
that is on us. Touche.
nobody has any fucking compassion.
Again, we're supposed to grant them compassion, but they don't need any for anybody else.
Knowing what I'm going through with my mother, and I can't even go see her.
That's a choice. Again, there's nothing preventing you from going to see her. You claim that they didn't want you around because at the time you were saying you were sick. That's just not what's happening. You're making a choice, which is fine, but stop trying to act like it's something it's not, because it's really frustrating. And this is why people have lack of empathy towards you, because you act like a jackass.
Yeah.
My mom wants me to stay away as long as possible because of, you know, me being sick.
Yeah.
Notice how her nose gets stuffy all of a sudden?
Which sucks because it's like when your mom isn't feeling well, you want to be there right away. And But
time for the show. Hasn't had a stuffy nose the entire time. Totally fine. Everything was good. It's only when shit is hot that she is conveniently sick. That's why people are calling it out. Because yes, it looks like that's the case. You see it all the time when people start calling you out on poor behavior, lies, all of this stuff. You conveniently have an excuse every fucking time why you shouldn't be held accountable. Every fucking time.
just keep juicing and drinking lots of water, and hopefully you can flush it out quickly. I'll send you a text of some stuff that might help kind of make it go quicker too. So, but
don't worry, Goose. She's been watching Dre's videos to get tips on dieting. That's what she's been obsessing over, watching Dre's videos and getting tips and tricks on how to lose weight.
so yeah, I just wanted people to know in chat, I'm not gone, and
we know you're right there always.
And I'll see you guys again. It just might be a little while. I might not be on every day like I was.
AKA, she'll just be hiding in the comments under a different alt that most people don't know, because then the heat won't be as much because she can't handle being confronted because she's a lying snatch. Okay, there's that.
Before, but I'll try to come back sooner than 30 days. So
why 30 days? What's up with 30 days? I absolutely cannot stand snakes in the grass like this. I cannot stand women who act like this.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good. You guys have a good night.
Good night. Good morning. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it was morning. She's right. And another convenient exit of Molly's. Convenient exit.
This is just crazy to me. And I think what the most saddest thing is that everything that's happening right now is something that Megamouth wanted. Okay. She is that type of person where she did not want, Goose and I to be friends. Once that was brought to her attention, once she's seen how close Goose and I was, I don't think she wanted that. Okay. But I'm the type of person, this is how I look at it. Out of respect for her, I have always pretty much kept quiet about Megamouth. I never said anything. I tried, even though there were times, like even when the Summer Wells thing was going on, and I would ask her different questions, obviously, when we would have conversations, and there's always an excuse for her. But the point is that I've always been respectful to Goose. I've always been there for her whenever I could be there for her. And I always looked at her as a friend. So even when we did part ways and I unmodded her because there was other things that were going on, but once I found out that she lied to me about that report, there's no excuse for it. There's no reason why. There's no explanation for it except for taking accountability and saying I shouldn't have done it that way. I would have more respect for you, and I'd be willing to have a conversation with someone if they took accountability and owned their shit. But if there's always an excuse, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have anything to say to you. Okay? Because once you start talking, then it just becomes manipulation. Okay. And it becomes you being very manipulative and saying, well, this is the reason why. And that's the reason why. And there's always some type of excuse. And I don't have time for that. I'm not going to do that, because if I was really your friend, it would be nothing but taking accountability. That's it. I know the type of person that I am, and I know what I have to offer. I may not be the person who's always constantly available, but I can tell you that if I'm friends with somebody and I call somebody a friend, I am loyal to them. But if I see that you're doing something shady, I will not be that person that sits there and takes it. I'm just not that type of person. I like my peace. Okay. I like to be able to know that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not being backstabbed by anybody, But at the end of the day, I still would not have brought up her name if Megamouth didn't. I would have walked away quietly and wished her nothing but the best. But because And to me, how am I supposed to know that she's not really saying these things behind the scenes? How am I supposed to know that she's not telling Mega Mouth, well, T is this, T is that? There's a whole bunch of things that got revealed when Mega Mouth started talking about me. There's conversations that only Goose and I had that Mega Mouth was saying on her panel, which told me, okay, she was telling her some things that, conversations that we had, that she was telling it to her too. I don't play that shit. I just don't. But at the end of the day, I'm a grown-ass woman, and I don't want to throw people under the bus. I don't want to have to call people out unless it's absolutely necessary. I don't show private messages. The only way I'll show private messages is if my name's being slandered. That's the only way. But this is not, we're not children here. This isn't middle school. When she was doing the things that she was doing, she didn't have to bring up Goose's name. She could have left Goose's name out of it. But she chose to do. These are the things that people tolerate from this woman. People tolerate the things that she does because a lot of people, especially the people that get close to her, people that get in her Patreon, some people are afraid. I get it. But that's not justification for you to just stand by and watch her do all these horrible things and not say anything. Because even till this day, if somebody said something in my chat, or if I was in another chat and somebody said something that was false about Goose, till this day, I would speak up. Okay? If somebody said, oh, guess what? Goose is really a transgender, I would speak up. If somebody made a lie about her and of her life or anything, I would speak up. I would say that's not true. I was friends with her for a long time. Those things aren't true. Don't make up lies. Because that's just the type of person that I am. And the one thing that I've realized here on YouTube, one of the biggest things that I've realized is you can't expect people to act the way that you act. You can't expect people to have the integrity that you have. You can't expect people to have the loyalty that you have. You can't expect people to be as honest as you are. Okay? You just can't. Some people just aren't like that. Some people just keep their mouth shut. Some people aren't that type of person to speak out publicly. Okay? But I can tell you right now, even if I wasn't that type of person, I would be that type of person if it came to a friend. Or if it came to someone who used to be a friend. This whole thing made me look at this whole entire, my whole entire perspective changed because I've sat here and watched this woman dox so many people. She doxed my moderator, Rianne. She said horrible things about me. She threatened me. Okay. She threatened me just because Miss Letitia was in my chat. She has said the most disgusting things about me. Horrible things. I don't even expect her to even talk about the disgusting things that she said. Just talk about the fucking lies that she keeps talking and saying. That's all. It's called integrity, and not everyone has it. But if you want to talk about somebody shoving your face in the dirt, you better look at the people you surround yourself with, because that shit doesn't have anything to do with me. She should have kept your name out of her mouth. She should not have used your name just to attack me, but that's what she did, because that's what people like her do. You can't find anything to, talk about my character. I don't dox people. I don't say horrible things about people. I don't bash people for their looks, even though she's bashed me every which way when it comes to my looks. I don't do that because I don't have to. Okay? So because you couldn't find anything on me, she had to use Goose's name. She had to use another one of her Patreon's name and say that I falsely told her things when it comes with the palette. The lie totally didn't make any fucking sense. She has said so many things. I cannot ever respect anyone who aligns themselves with her. I'm sorry. I can't respect someone who sits there and watches a person do these types of things and condones it and thinks it's okay. You're complicit no matter what. You just are. And if you want people to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I cannot remember, I think it might have been Nunya who said this, and this was in the Science Girls chat, because one day, I think it was Robin that was up on the Science Girls, panel, and she's like, listen, are you going to take some accountability because you've stood next to Megamouth when she has trashed people, made fun of people, probably even, maybe dox people, you have to take accountability for that. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, then that's when the forgiving part comes in, and then people, it's their choice of whether they want to forgive you or not. But at the same time, those things that she was doing was wrong, but you stood by it because why? You were friends with her. Okay. I don't care who I'm friends with. I would never, ever accept something like that. I could never be friends with somebody who doxes people and says the disgusting, horrible things that this woman says. Period. But that was what I wanted to show you guys. Megamouth is Molly. Go lightly. Let me go up. It's only a matter of time before MGL kicks Goose to the curb. For Goose's sake, I hope she doesn't do that. I really do. Because, that would just be horrible for her if she did. Somebody that she's so loyal to. It would be horrible if she did just kick her to the curb, especially because of everything that Goose has tolerated from her. You lost someone who was a good friend to you, and that was your choice. That wasn't my choice, and that's okay. But I'm saying, if something like that was to happen, that would be horrible for her. You know what I'm saying? Because I do think that she genuinely cares for Megamouth. Let's go up here. And Goose let her lie, saying Tia treated her badly. Exactly. The only thing that I've ever done. I remember, and this was another lie that Megamouth had told, where she just told half of the fucking story, and she's like, oh, Tia told Goose one day, don't be surprised if you wake up and you're no longer a mod. But that's not how the conversation went. The conversation, because your mods are a representation of you, anytime I've ever had a problem with anything, I've always went directly to Goose, because that's what I do. And if you are a type of person that has a problem with that, then we're just not if we have a friendship or you're a mod for me, it's not going to work out, because I'm always going to come directly to the source. Whenever I have a problem, I'm going to try to communicate that to you. And I was communicating, and we were having a conversation, and this was a time that in the beginning of when Megamouth started attacking Michelle, and they were saying some awful things to Michelle and talking about Michelle's deceased child. And Goose was on panel, and we had a conversation that day because so many people were sending me clips of that particular panel. I'm like, listen, I don't know if you were sticking up for Michelle or not. Even if you were, I don't think that is good that you sat there on panel while everyone was bashing this woman, especially talking about her deceased child. I think that's the most disgusting thing that you could do. I know that Michelle says some horrible, horrible things, and I just don't understand how they're going to push this woman too far. At the end of the day, I really truly believe that Michelle has issues, mental issues, and I feel like she's capable of doing things, okay? And I hate to say that, and I hate to think about that, but I I just want to be clear and say that that's just horrible. They're pushing her, and they're still pushing her. And when they were all on the panel talking about her deceased son, I said, I truly hope that, you know, next time that happens, you say what you have to say and you step down. There's no reason for you to be up there while they are mentally and verbally attacking this woman who obviously has serious mental issues. That was the conversation that we had. It started to become very public that for a while, people didn't even know that Goose was Mega Mouth's mod. And I'm not going to lie, I liked it that way because I told you guys, I never cared for that woman. Okay. I always thought that there was something off about her. I've seen different things that I didn't like, but out of respect, I kept quiet. And I told her, I said, if you're going to stay on panel and watch these things happen, you're complicit. And don't be surprised if you wake up and you're not a mod. Okay. Because I don't want mods like that. I don't want moderators like that that's okay with a person talking about another woman's deceased child. I don't care what the situation is, because I know that there's things coming out now about Michelle. I don't care. I do not want that around me. Okay. And that was the conversation that we had. It was just me being honest with her. And at the end of the day, it wasn't like, don't be surprised if you wake up in the morning and we're no longer friends. I said, don't be surprised if you wake up and you're not a mod. Okay. Because I don't want a moderator that's complicit to that. They were saying some horrible things to Michelle, and she sat right up there on that panel with everyone. Even if she didn't say anything, which she did in her defense, she was saying some things to defend her. But if you're sitting up there while everybody's, you know, saying these horrible things, you're complicit. But you don't want to tell that side of the story, right? Because then that would make Mega Mouth look horrible, you know, like the horrible person that she truly is. However, that may be what Goose really told her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Goose didn't tell her that part of the conversation. Okay, but there's a reason. Okay, if I say, don't be surprised if you wake up in the morning and you're no longer a mod, there's a reason why I would say that shit, right? But you don't want to fucking talk about the reason. I truly feel that I just truly feel that Michelle, and I definitely will be talking about this eventually. I just feel like, how far are they gonna push push this woman? I understand that Michelle is doing horrible things too. I see that, you know. I'm not trying to say that she's not doing horrible things, but what I'm saying is I don't agree with the shit that's going on with Michelle. I don't. I really, really don't. Hold on one second here. Okay. Um, Hold on, you guys. Who was hidden in here? Hold on, you guys. I'm looking at something. I haven't seen Dave in a while. Dave, if you are in here, you need to tell me why you need to email me and tell me why you hid Kelly. Maybe it was an accident. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Okay, maybe it was an accident. If Kelly's in here, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened with that, but I apologize for that. It may have been an accident. Kelly was hidden, but she just typed snakes like we all were. Think it was just a misunderstanding, but I don't even see Dave. That's the weird part. Yeah. Who's a mod for Bullhorn Betty? Yeah, it may have been a mistake. So okay. So I want to show you guys something else really quickly because I feel like it's important. I always tell my daughter, when you hang with people that have a bad reputation, you will be looked at as one of those people, even when you know you're a good person yourself. It's true. It is very true. And it's something, you're a good mama. Okay. Just know that because my mom used to always tell me that. And what's crazy is I used to hang around with some pretty, crazy people back in the day. And, one of them was my best friend. And I didn't care what people thought, but I do know that, until I got to know people, they actually really did think that I was like her, but I wasn't. And she ended up getting her life together and things like that. But it is very true that people look at you as you are who you hang out with. And, I've always looked at Goose as a very, very sweet person who's very caring and who's very nice. She's been there for me in a lot of horrible times in my life, and we'll talk about that one day. But one of the things I will say, and I've been there for her through some, horrible times in her life. And I never thought that she would do that. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that I try to give her a little bit of leeway is because, um, I understand how people can be somewhat threatened by Megamouth. I understand how people can, once this person has all your information and who can do horrible things, and you've watched her do these horrible things to other people. So you probably are going to think that those horrible things can be done to you. And it's very, very sad that it has to be that way. But in the same sense, it didn't have to be that way for her. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you shouldn't be friends with someone and just sit back and accept horrible behavior from them just because you're scared. And you should not accept horrible behavior if you are a good person yourself. There's just no way that I can seriously be friends with someone and sit back and watch them dox people, say horrible things about people, talk about their looks, talk about this. And there had been so many times that I've asked her, you know, why does she say this? Why does she say that? And it was me trying to get her to see things from my perspective. But in the same sense, it was also me trying to give Megamouth the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, maybe but there was always an excuse. And one of the biggest things was always, oh, we've talked to her. We had to talk with her about this. We had to talk with her about that. My question is, and I've asked Goose this, I said, how many talks do you have to have with a grown ass woman? How many talks do you have to say? How many times do you have to say to her, this is not okay? This is not okay. She should know these things. And she does. She just doesn't care who she hurts. It's all for the money, the clicks, the views, the content. That's what it's all for. Like I said, if I was doing this for clout, it wouldn't be off her. Okay? Because I'm going to be honest with you. And I still have to get back to a lot of the content that I left off with and I stopped because of the things that Megamouth has done. But I have seriously gotten way more views from talking about other creators than Megamouth. So it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with people need to be aware of this person. People need to understand. Have been many people who have come to me and said, Tia, you open my eyes. That woman has lied about so many things. You open my eyes to this. You open my eyes to that. And I think that's why people do what they do. That's why, people like, Savage and Makeup Mobster and all of those people, that's why they continue to try to bring awareness about this woman, because she's horrible. Okay? She's just a horrible person. And you never know the people that may watch your content and see those things for themselves. My question is, why hasn't Justin seen this? Because he's just like her. That's why. Just my opinion. Don't come for me. You would have to be somewhat like her to tolerate those types of things. You would have to be. Even he was right along with her when she was bringing up Goose's name and using Goose's name to try to attack me, and he never said anything to her like, hey, don't say Goose's name. Leave her name out of it. You know what I'm saying? Her name should have been left out of it from the very beginning, but it wasn't. And then you have some nerve sitting here saying, I'm putting your face in the dirt. No, that's your friend. Okay. That's your best friend putting your face in the dirt. That ain't got shit to do with me. I enjoy Savage, but there's someone on her panel that drops the R word all the time. Oh no, that's horrible. Yeah, that's not a good word to say. Maybe, tell them in the comments, please, don't say that word because, that you get offended by it. It's definitely a horrible word to use. I can see if that person used it once and then stops, but, using that word all the time, it's not good because that can offend so many people. So I get what you're saying. Okay, let me show this last thing here. Every evil witch has a sidekick. Amen. Keep it 100. Okay. 1 second. Let me pull this up. And shout out to the Nonsense channel. I think that was a great video. And I will be putting her link in the description below. Well, when the live stream is over, her link will be in the description. She keeps it real with a lot of things. And I really, really enjoyed listening to her commentary on this. And yeah, she did a good job. Okay, so let me pull this up. Why doesn't... Hold on, I lost it. Why doesn't Letitia see it? I don't know if, you don't know if Miss Letitia, she probably does see it. I haven't seen her around. You know, I'm praying that Miss Letitia sees it. I really am, because I really truly believe that that's where, you know, this is where it stems from. If she would have never ever gotten involved with, you know, Mega Mouth, I don't think she would be in the mess that she's in. You know what I mean? And Ms. Letitia deserves way better, in my opinion. Dilly BHB, Justin, Jess, Molly, gang stalkers. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. I'm looking for something and I cannot find it. I had it pulled up and I accidentally took it off. Hold on. Maybe this one's it. 1 second. Damn it. I cannot find it. That's why I hate every single time I have so many tabs open. It makes my internet go really slow. So I have to close out some of my tabs and then I lose what the hell I had up there. Hold on, I think I may have found it. Just something that I want to show you guys, which I think is important because I think it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes of what I'm trying to say, and it pretty much sums up why I cannot stand this woman. And why I think she's a horrible person. And the fact that she had enough balls, well, it's not about that, to come in here because she's so pathetic. Okay, do you have anything else better to do with your time? Why do you care? Why do you even care? You supposedly don't care what people say about you, right? Okay, people are irrelevant, they're junkie channels, they're horrible people, blah, 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 blah. So then why'd you come in here then? Okay, you think somebody, like, what is it? You coming in here, you think people are like afraid of you or something? Is that what you think? What do you think's going to happen? Do you think you're going to have somebody like, shaking like, oh my God, she came in here and she said something to me? Okay. Okay, hold on. That was from a while ago. Like, you got the wrong one. No, you got the right one. All right. Maybe I won't be able to find it, but I do feel like it was an important something I wanted to show you guys. Yep, this is it. Found it. See?
Want to address it?
Let me share my screen here. Pussycat, Molly Golightly came in here.
And you don't know how to read.
It's kind of bad quality though. Like really bad quality. Hold on, let me type this in. It's like she thinks people are afraid of her or something. Like, this might be it. Okay, so this is the last thing I want to show you guys. So this is supposed to be your friend, right? And that's why I think she probably went on her panel again, Goose, because it was almost like a do-over. This is supposed to be a friend. She's confiding in you. And a lot of you guys may have seen this, but I just want to show this again. It's just going to be for a second. But this person is confiding in you, talking to you, about her troubles and, things that she's going through. And I think there's a couple people that actually did a video about this in, Goose's defense. And this is even me in Goose's defense at this moment. Okay. So this is supposed to be your friend, and she's confiding in you. She's crying. And this is what you're doing.
I was just gone because, I had some issue with Marissa or Justin or anybody else, but they know that I've taken some time away.
So how did
From tonight and last night, it's like me being like, I wake up, it's like
usually takes itself out? Thank you, Donna. We have a question. At Molly, is this the same Goose?
Sorry if that was echoing. Oh, this made my wife so angry. She spoke on it earlier. Yeah, somebody did a video about it, but I cannot find it. But this is somebody that you are supposed to be friends with. This is somebody that you genuinely love, right? You wouldn't be on your phone. You wouldn't be like talking and looking at your phone and not acknowledging that this person that is supposed to be your friend, you're basically ignoring her, but you're such a good friend and you care so much. Backdrop's never going to be right. You care so much about her, right? But you ignore her. Like, why would you ever want to be friends with somebody like that? Why would you ever want to even acknowledge somebody's existence that's like that? That is just such a horrible, horrible person that she can't even take a moment away from her phone to acknowledge you. But yet, I cannot stand the woman. She is a horrible, horrible person. Thank you, Mandy. Is that the Mandy that I know? She's just a horrible person. I cannot stand that woman. I cannot believe that anybody would ever want to be friends with somebody like her. And let's talk about how she came into my chat earlier, okay? Now, mind you, I do not tag creators. I don't. Some people do. I'll do it sometimes, but for the most part, I don't, especially creators like her, because she's that type of creator that throws it up in your face. Oh, you're always tagging my name and you're always, you're trying to get clout off my name and blah, 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 blah. So anytime I've ever talked about her, I have never tagged her. I don't tag her. This was the first time I ever tagged her. And the reason why I tagged her this time is because Goose isn't a creator. And at this specific moment, Goose was on her panel, so that's why I just put hashtag, because I'm talking about her. Okay. But why in the fuck would you come on my channel and just come in here and just say, what the hell was it that she said? Whatever, or anyways, what the fuck you coming on my channel for? You piece of shit. Okay. You are a horrible person. I have zero respect for you. And nobody, tonight, just a little bit ago, I have zero respect for you. I think you do not belong on the internet, because people like you are going to end up hurting somebody. You see, I'm strong. I don't care about the subscribers that subscribe to me because of you. I don't care about that. I'll tell you what I care about. I care about the people that have left you because they seen what a horrible piece of crap that you are. Okay. You have some nerve coming over here on my channel. You do. And you think that some way or somehow that you coming in here, what did you think that was going to do? Did you do that to get attention? Did you do that to have people like would you think as people are going to be scared of you or something? You see, that's your problem. That's why you threaten people, because you think people are scared of you. Nobody's fucking scared of you. Nobody's fucking scared of you, including the person that you talk about and that you use for content. Listen, everybody has stopped talking about Dre McCray. Everybody has. We've all given our opinion about the things that we've seen, that the things that were ignored by most. We've given our opinion about the thing. It's over. But yet you still talk about it. You still make up what? She does content about her, I don't know, every other day. I did. That's the first time she's came in here since she came in here and said that she was unsubscribing. I didn't know she wasn't blocked. But anyway, she sure wasn't taking care of her sick mother like she should have been. Proof she doesn't love anyone. Very true. We are all on B. Crunk's list of haters. Really? Good night, Hannah. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. That broke my heart. Someone's there crying about something that's important to them, but she gave her no regard. It was cringe. ASAP. It was cringe. It was almost like, oh my God, because it's like, here's this person that is so loyal to her, and here she is on her phone. That's like, you, ASAP, or a stranger being on my panel confiding something in me, and I'm just like, yep. Yep, whatever. But you see, this is what she's used to, okay? I think she is very much used to threatening people, and that's why she surrounds herself with creators that are smaller than her. Because if you really think about it, you guys, why the creators that that are smaller than her, that she is so-called friends with, how do you think that they would feel if they did something wrong to her and then she tells everyone to unsubscribe? How do you think that they would feel? Yeah, just a few, probably like an hour ago, she was in here. How do you think that they would feel? Do you think that they would feel like nobody wants to lose subscribers, you guys? Nobody, we all work hard for our subscribers, no matter if we're recommended by another creator. It doesn't matter. We all work hard. Some people do more than others, but we all work hard. So therefore, it's a horrible thing when somebody comes, on your channel and tells everybody to unsubscribe from you. It's happened to me a few times. Okay. So I can handle it, because I feel like when you build your channel, and even if you're recommended, by other creators, I was recommended by her to her supporters because at that time it fit her narrative, it fit her agenda. Okay, I was talking about Without a Crystal Ball. What she doesn't know is I've always called out Without a Crystal Ball. That's why I changed my channel to commentary, because I spoke about Without a Crystal Ball, and I will continue to, because I do think that she is problematic. But to me, she's that type of person who she uses her own subscribers against smaller creators, which is why she's always one of those types of people where when she comes into your chat or whatever, she'll be like, oh, look, I see a lot of my supporters in here and they're supporting you. She wants to keep you in check to make sure you know, guess what? If you cross me, I'm leaving and I'm taking my supporters right along with me. But you can only, if you want to be that way and you want to surround yourself with bigger creators that have like, you know, way, way, way more subscribers than you, and you know, it's okay to recommend other creators and things like that. That's okay. But I could never, okay? I mean, I could never be that type of person and try to have so much control over my subscribers to say to you guys, you know what? I don't like the science girl anymore. I don't like her. Not saying that that would ever happen, because it would never happen. But let's just say that I was to say that I don't like science girl anymore. You guys need to unsubscribe from her because I'm leaving. I don't want nothing to do with her. What would that make me? That would make me an evil dictator. That would make me a very, very horrible person to sit there and dictate to you guys where you could go and where you can't go. Period. There may be some people that could be in here and they still support her. As long as you are not supporting her when she's bashing me, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You can go wherever you want to. I don't care. Maybe you like watching her make a damn fool of herself. Okay. But if she's talking about me and you're contributing to that and you are a part of that, then that's completely different. Then I don't want anything to do with you. But I would never. That's what she did. She came in here, she told her subscribers to unsubscribe from me, and she literally had a countdown and watched me lose her subscribers. Those weren't my subscribers. They only subscribed to me because of her. I don't want people subscribing to me because of anybody else but me. This is my channel. I'm Tia Simone. Okay? When you come on here, you're supposed to come on here to see Tia Simone, not anyone else. Or not, you're not just going to be here just because I'm talking about or perpetuating a damn narrative that you may be interested in at the moment. Okay? It's crazy. They follow her like mice chasing a piece of cheese. That's a good one. It is. It's very controlling. Very controlling, Mandy. It is. People like that are worried their supporters may start realizing this bad behavior and leave. Absolutely. That's what it is. And they look at you as a threat. I agree. And the first person, and this is how I know Mandy, the first person that did that to me was Natasha. She literally told all of her subscribers to unsubscribe from me. I went through that. And you want to know who was there for me when I was going through that? You want to know who was there for me saying, that is so fucking horrible, and she's such a horrible person? Goose. She was the one who was there for me. She was the one who told me, don't even worry about it. You got this. And, you know, was uplifting me, you know, even though I didn't care, you know, but it can still bother you in a certain sense. That bothered me in the beginning because, you know, when that happens to you for the first time, it can make you feel very insecure. You know what I mean? So when Natasha did that to me, she's another irrelevant piece of shit creator, racist. But when she did that to me, and I actually had spoken with her, had actually had, you know, conversations with her, and she was a bigger creator than me. So when she did that, it was definitely, it made me, I needed to take a step back because I wasn't used to something like that happening to me. So I was like, whoa, like what the hell is happening here? And who was there for me when that was happening. And it was Goose. She was there for me. She uplifted me. She was a good friend to me. So you have to understand how surprising and how hurtful it was. It's not like she's the only person who's hurt. You have to understand how surprising and hurtful it is when you're literally friends with someone and they're watching this person lie about you and bash you and do the exact same thing that you were always against. Here, yet another creator who literally told her subscribers as a dog whistle to announce to her subscribers, here she is in her Patreon, pretty much telling her supporters to unsubscribe from me. And here's Goose watching it. Okay. So you have to understand it's not me being a mean person. I do wish Goose the very best. I hope everything works out in her life. I hope that her mother gets better. You know what I'm saying? There are miracles happen every day, you know, and that's something that I would be telling her if we were still friends. You know, miracles happen every day. But I can never be okay with somebody who is okay with that. I can never be okay with somebody who can stand back and watch this person lie, slander, and have a party, have a fucking countdown of how many subscribers I was losing. She was watching and trying to make fun of me behind the fucking scenes, okay? Watching me, watching my subscribers. She knew how many subscribers I had, and I didn't even know. I didn't even know. She knew. Oh, she's so desperate to get to 5,000. That means the bitch was watching me, right? Okay. I didn't even know. I call everybody a bitch, so that's neither here or there. But I would never do something like that to anybody. And then yet you have Goose here, who's literally like, holy shit, this is happening to Tia again. I never asked that heifer. I never asked her to recommend my channel. Okay. I never asked her to shout out my channel. She shouted out my channel because it was convenient for her at the time, you know? And then I had people attacking me. At one time, Science Girl was talking about me. She was. It's the truth. And I understand why she was. And she wasn't talking about me. She was just like, you know, at that time, when Megamouth had kicked me off her panel suddenly out of nowhere, I contacted somebody, you know, somebody told me to contact someone who knew her because I was confused. I'm like, why in the hell would she just randomly kick me off her panel like that? So I got a hold of Makeup Monster and she was very nice to me. I ended up going on a panel with someone. Her name is Muzz. And Burnt Toast was on panel too. And they were telling me what a horrible person she was. And they never knew my situation. They never knew that we shared a mutual friend. We shared a mutual mod. They never knew that. But they knew what she had done, you know. And I told them, I'm like, this is what she did. I don't understand why she did it. And in due time, Science Girl was like, well, why is, you know, Tia now defending Megamouth? And I never defended Megamouth. I was talking about Without a Crystal Ball and the shit that she was doing. At that time, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, no matter what. And at that time, Without a Crystal Ball was doing some shady ass shit. She was. And I was calling her out, but I wasn't really talking about Megamouth. So Science Girl was kind of like, you know, was that a setup? Was it a setup when she got a hold of Makeup Mobster? You know? And I wrote in her comment section, the Science Girl's comment section, I'm like, listen, it has nothing to do with that. We have a mutual friend, but I don't have anything to do with that woman. Okay. The only thing that we have in common is we have a mutual friend. And out of respect for that mutual friend, I don't speak on her. But anytime I've ever brought up Megamouth and I was talking about Without a Crystal Ball, I always made it clear I'm not defending Megamouth, but people didn't get it. People just looked at it like, you're not calling Megamouth out, so you're a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that. You know, I always knew she was off. I always knew Something wasn't right about her. I saw when she put that damn laundry basket, at the laundry house, Brian Laundrie's house, all the things that she would do, the Summer Wells case, she's a horrible person. And I knew that, but I cared for my friend more. You know what I'm saying? I cared for her more. I support you and I like you so much. But 1 minute I think I'm doing right, and then the next I feel I've been duped by someone. Not you. Either way, I like you, and YouTube seems like high school. It is, Aaron. It is. I don't know what you mean by that. You need to be a little bit more specific, but if you're meaning that sometimes creators that you watch maybe change, I don't know what you mean, but I can only speak for myself as a supporter, because not only am I a creator, with a channel, but I'm also a supporter as well. So when one of my favorite creator, somebody that I watch, if it seems like they're changing or they're putting their integrity to the side for the sake of someone else and things like that, I'm the type of person that would reach out to that creator and say, hey, what's going on? You're classy T and never stoop to her level. Oh, absolutely not. If I wanted to stoop to her level, I would have started saying some really horrible things about that woman a long time ago. Okay? I could literally have that woman crying, but I won't do it because her bashing my looks, that's who she is. But if I start bashing her looks, I'm no better than she is. And I've never bashed anybody's looks, even though that's the first thing they attack with me. I don't care. You can attack my looks all day if you want to. That's not going to make me do it because that's what they want. They want for you to come out of your character. They want you to lose it. They want you to just go crazy. And if you do, then they have something to use against you. And they have something to say. Like, the one thing that I can tell you here on YouTube, you guys, is that people just don't get that two wrongs don't make a right. Okay? Everyone's guilty of doing it sometimes, including myself. But just because someone else does something, it doesn't make it okay for you to do it. And I think even people say that with Michelle. They'll say, well, Michelle did this to me. Michelle did that. Okay, so that means that you go and you dox her her family, you call, what the hell are they doing to that woman? Like, I just want to know. I want to know one question. How far are they going to push this woman? How far are they going to take it with this woman? It has to stop, because what if something happens to her? Do you understand? Anybody who watches that woman, can you not see for yourself that this woman has issues? Okay, she does. And it's not me making fun of her. It's not me throwing her under the bus. This is me keeping it real. I knew it from the first moment I started talking to her. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that I think she's a horrible person and all this shit. I know she does things that are really not good. But how far are they going to take it with her? You're talking to her ex-husband. And all of this shit, all of it is orchestrated by Megamouth behind the scenes. She's the one who's doing all this, you guys. She's pulling the strings with everybody. That's what she's doing. And they're letting her. How far are they going to let this? Like, I'm afraid. That's why I don't watch Michelle, because she triggers me. That woman triggers me, like, a lot. She triggers me with some of the things that she says. She triggers me with some of the things I hear in the background of when I watch clips. She triggers me because she's been caught in multiple lies. She triggers me the way that she acts. I can't watch her. But if I watch a clip channel and I see some of the things that she's doing, I get it. She's doing horrible things to, I tend to think that she is very obsessed with Megamouth. But It's so easy to walk away. It's so easy to ignore somebody. It's so easy to do what you have to do legally so this person will leave you alone. But how far or how real life are you going to take it with her before you understand that what if she does something? What if she does something on a live stream to herself because she just can't take it no more? Amber, it is. It's very disturbing, Mandy. Amber must be getting a hefty paycheck from Megamouth. Probably. Amber is showing no mercy. Hold on. Amber is showing no mercy. And to what end? A horrible one. I don't see this ending good, you guys. I don't. Amber is going to push Michelle over the edge. And the fact she thinks she is doing nothing is sick and twisted. Thing is, people get charged for it these days. Yeah, I don't watch Amber. I mean, I watch her every once in a while, like I said, and I do know that she spoke with Michelle's ex-husband, and a couple days ago, or maybe it was a week ago, she was on the Science Girls panel, and she did say that she feels like because of the lies that Michelle has told on her ex-husband, that he has a right to tell his story. And okay, I'm not saying that it's not right that she's lying on her ex-husband. That's not right. But it doesn't justify you speaking to her ex-husband. Okay. One of the things that I've noticed about Amber is that she's had so many things done to her here on the internet that she doesn't care if people do things to her. You know, she'll sit there and she'll say, I've been doxxed, I've been this, I've been that. But just because you're strong enough to be able to take that, it doesn't mean the next person is as strong as you and can take that, if that makes any sense. And I don't think that Amber is looking at it this way. And this is just me giving her the benefit of the doubt. I could be wrong, but I don't think she's looking at it in that way. I think she's looking at it like Michelle is a horrible person and she deserves to be exposed. She's lying on people. It's no secret that Michelle is a liar. Let the truth reveal itself. That's how I feel. The truth is going to come out. It's going to come out regardless. She doesn't have to be the one to do it. Nobody has to be the one to do it. That's just what I think. She always just like, so it happened to me. She does. And it shows that she's resilient and there's things, you know, she can handle things here on the internet. And I give her credit for that. But in the same sense, just because you can handle it doesn't mean other people can handle it. If that makes any sense. And another thing that she says is that if Michelle can't take it, then she should get off the internet. Well, there has been many people who have told Michelle to get off the internet, okay, including myself. And I don't think that she's going to. So if she's not going to get off the internet, you know, this woman has been your content. So at what point does it stop? What's the end game? Just the same as Bullhorn Betty being protesting outside of someone's house who by, you know, when it comes to the law, she's innocent, okay, until proven guilty. It's the same thing with Michelle. Like, what's your end game and how far are you going to go with this? Because no matter how far you go, Michelle is still going to keep lying. You constantly debunking her lies isn't going to change anything. You know what I mean? That's just like with Megamouth. And it's in the same thing with me. No matter how many times I debunk her lies, she's still going to be a liar, right? She's still going to be a liar. But guess what? I'll still fucking debunk her lies because she's lying on me. What Amber's doing is she's, you know, Michelle's lying on everyone, including her own husband. And I think that's great that she wanted to get her husband's, you know, side of the story out there because she's telling horrible lies. But in the same sense, how far are you going to keep going with it? You know, I'm still behind a machine, but MGL needs to be worried about herself and pray that the group of people she's terrorized online don't link up together and file civil suit against her. Yes. Yes, orbit mouth. Yes. I'm not saying nothing. Not everyone is mentally resilient. Absolutely, Mandy. Absolutely. That's true. Hello, Rox. Aesop, bless you. You're amazing. Yes, she is. I'm sure what Michelle has done to Amber. Maybe I'm not sure what Michelle has done to Amber. Maybe I missed it. Well, I'm going to show you guys one more thing before I end this. Okay. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. And I'm going to talk about this again because I do feel like it's important. YouTube allows it because they make money from them. Sad but true. It is true. It's true. As a matter of fact, that's been told to many people. You know, YouTube, if you're making YouTube money, they're going to let things slide. And I don't care. People's mental health is being affected here. People are going too far. And I don't agree with any of this shit at all. Like, I've never seen anything like this shit. I will say that I will definitely be in with that class action shit if it happens. Because I have the evidence, okay? And so does my moderator. She has her evidence. She's been doxxed. I have my evidence. Everybody has their evidence, okay? Something needs to be done about this woman because I'm telling you, all of the shit that's happening is being orchestrated behind the scenes, okay? Think about her views. Think about her views. The only time she gets views is when she's talking about Dre McCray, somebody nobody's talking about anymore, and when she's talking about Michelle. Okay, let me pull this up. Damn it. I cannot find it. Does anybody remember the live stream that is it the Science Girl? I think the Science Girl did where everybody came up on her panel. I think it was including Amber. Does anybody remember? Hold on.
Yeah, I can do.
Shit, I don't know. I can't find it. But it was the only one where how long ago was that? Because it was the only one that, you know, Amber had really given her explanation of, you know, why she has been doing this. And I think it pretty much sums up in her words why she is doing what she's doing when it comes to Michelle. So it may not be up anymore because I don't see it anywhere. But I do think that with Amber, I think she is very resilient. And I think because she's so resilient, I think she expects other people to be that way too. And I don't think it necessarily works out that way. Even after every storm, there's sunshine and rainbows. Where there's a negative, there's always a positive. I agree. I agree 100%. Yes, we gave to it's a daily chore to just get out of bed sometimes, but the world still turns. I remind myself to breathe through it and get through 5 minutes at a time when times are darkest. I agree with that too, Aesop. It sounds like she feels invincible because it has happened to her before. It's happened to her a lot. And she explains it on the Science Girls panel. I just can't find it. So if I was to find it, I will make a video out of it and kind of show you guys what she says. I do know that a lot of people feel some type of way about Amber and what she's doing. And I completely understand why people feel that way. I don't think it's right. However,
They'll probably.
I think it's important to also look at the things that Michelle's doing. I don't know if anybody in here still watches Michelle, but I do feel like with Michelle, she's a ticking time bomb to me, you guys. She really is. It is hard some days. It is. It's very hard. Haven't they tore Michelle's life apart enough already? They have tore her life apart piece by piece. Piece by piece. Now, here's a question though, and this is to all of you guys who feel this way, who feel this way about Amber. Is it that you feel this way about Amber because she's friends with Megamouth, or do you really feel this way about Amber because of what she's doing? Because some people, I think, feel this way about Amber because she's friends with Molly. And they look at Amber like, you're only doing this because of Molly. But the thing is that the video that she went on Science Girls panel, she explained all this. That's why I was trying to find it. Because she said very clearly that the reason why she does this is because she's trying to clear, Michelle's ex-husband's name and, all that shit. Is it up? Let me look one more time. I'll look one more time, okay? Yeah, I can't find that, you guys. Let me see here. Is that a link? Okay, I don't think I can press that link. I've tried to find it. I'm not good with finding stuff. It takes me a while. That's why I usually have it all up. So I apologize. But I did want for you guys to hear, you know, her side, just so you would know that. Here, let me see if this one is it. Thank you for sending that to me. Let me see.
You know, you had no control over the angles. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I didn't want to end up like this, you know?
You had no control over the filtering over the angles, right? We all know it's all about the angles, right?
She then. That's Mallory, darling. Okay. These people are. I'm a pretty strong bitch.
I think this is it because it wasn't even showing on it. Yeah, I think I had that pulled up, but I go through videos really fast because I don't want, if you guys can tell, and you probably could tell on the video I did about Carla Homolko and what the hell's his name? Paul Bernardo, the true crime that I did, that I don't like the clicking noises. I don't. And you could hear a lot of it when I tried to not mute you guys. But this is where on Science Girls panel where, you know, Amber gives the reason why she does what she does. And I think it's important to hear. Not everybody has seen it, but I'm going to play a little bit of it.
You know, I do need to log off and I delete my channels to process, to decompress, to process shit that's being said. Sometimes it's hard. Okay. But even I probably couldn't take that. I probably would lose.
Thank you again, Care Bear. Love you. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for sending that.
It. I would. I think I would be pushed over the edge a little bit. I would. Come on up. Come on up. I'm tired. Get the fuck out of here. Go get some coffee. All right, come on up, everybody. You're Science Girl, but no, my channel name has nothing to do with anyone but my country ass. Oh, okay. I thought it was Ribbon on Molly. No neckland. No neckland. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You-
Hey.
Okay.
So who
All
is
right.
this person
Hey,
that's saying
so-
this stuff? Do you know?
Hey.
What? Oh, hey. All right.
Hey.
So we're from a different community.
Oh,
and
crap. That's me. That's me. My bad. I was echoing.
am I echoing at all?
No.
Okay.
You're fine.
So
Not
whenever,
anymore.
like, I know Michelle gives out a lot of shit, but for anybody to pull up stuff about a deceased child and blame her and not even vet that guy, because they be vetted in your chat and all kinds of shit was on him, right? This children are off limits in our community. I know we're not in your community, but for us it's shocking. Like the shit she does is shocking too. I have no love for her. But to see a deceased child be brought into it and, you know, to say that she was at fault for that, I just was shocked. Like, and I hate that I had to defend Michelle. Like, I don't want to defend that bitch. I have nothing for her either.
Wait a minute. They're saying that Michelle's deceased child is Michelle's fault. That's how much I keep up with everything, you guys. I can't keep up with all the shit that goes on. That's crazy if that's being said. Like, that's horrible. That's just horrible.
But it was hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, like, how did the ex? Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you're breaking up. You might have to come in and come back out.
All right, I'm gonna get in my other. I'm gonna get in my computer. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'll be
gonna
back.
fucking send you a microphone. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you a microphone. I'm gonna mail you one. Give you a gift from my ass. All right.
Okay.
So who's this person that's saying that you're talking hard shit on me?
I have no idea.
In the
I have no
beginning,
idea. You can go back and watch any video because I was talking about Jules because she came at me and I said that I didn't think she was a real woman like any of y'all ladies. And that given in real time, y'all probably wouldn't really hang out. So, she came for me, I came for her. It is what it is. But anyway, whoever this YouTube junkie is, pull the papers out because what I'm about to do is I'm tired of everybody saying that my husband left me. Everybody has been saying that. So I'm going to pull a Molly right now on your channel, like I just did on my channel, because Michelle owes me $100. She said if I proved with a wedding ring that my husband still lives here, that she would send me $100. So once again, to make my bet go through, Blake. What? Oh, he's getting the groceries. Dad, my dad is here from Dallas. Am I married to Blake still?
Yes, you are.
How long have we been married?
Long time, years.
Yeah, 9 years.
9 years.
Kaylee, my oldest 17-year-old. Kaylee.
Oh my God! Don't tell your kids' names. Oh shit!
Everybody knows my kids' names.
Oh girl,
yeah,
that's
this is the drama community.
Yeah,
We're
we're all clutching our pearls. I'm not gonna lie, but no, I was on my phone, so I figured it was gonna break up. But okay, so what does her ex or her dead child have to do with any of this though? Like
a lot, because see, she's been slandering him, and to say that I didn't vet him, that's BS, because I know exactly where this man works. Every email that he sent me came directly from his oil company.
I'm not talking about where he works. I'm talking about that he has a past too, and
Yes,
I
and
just
he
don't
also
see
has
what
a side. He
Okay,
also
yeah,
has a side.
but what does their dead child have to do with his side? I don't care.
The fact that she's saying that he owes her $100,000 when she did not, in fact, raise her other children, because the children were removed because he could not take on the children because of his job back 12 years ago. And she has been slandering his name. So he does deserve to tell his side.
Okay, but here's the thing though. Okay. What does that prove? Bringing children into this and, saying that he does, this is just my opinion. That's not going to stop Michelle from continuing to talk about this. It's not going to stop her from changing her story. If she has changed her story, I don't know. But the point is, what does it solve by bringing all of these things up? All I'm saying is that this is a woman who is obviously, like I said, mentally ill, okay, who has some problems. We don't know for sure if it's true, but she did openly admit that she has BPD. And I'm just saying, what is the point of telling his side? I just think that why even go there? Why even go looking for him and finding him and interviewing him? Because at the end of the day, that's not going to stop Michelle from saying what she says. No matter what, though, maybe obviously this child isn't off limits to Michelle, but this is her child that she's talking about. Whether she's lying or not, to me, it really doesn't matter because he's not on the internet. Okay. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. He knows the truth. So why does he care what she's saying? He knows that she can seriously be crazy sometimes, batshit crazy, the things that she says. So therefore, he probably doesn't even care. Maybe he does, but I just don't feel it's necessary to have to bring kids into it and to prove this and to prove that. At the end of the day, let that woman talk. She wants to keep talking and lying and all that stuff. Lies always end up being revealed, you guys. If a liar is a liar is always going to be a liar. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's going to come out who the things that Michelle is lying about. But then going into her, her life and, contacting her ex-husband, I just think that's doing too much. That's just doing too much. She's acting like it's a courtroom and she's the judge. He does have the right to share his side. Exactly. And why though? But I'm saying, I agree, Mandy. This is, what difference does it make if she is lying? She's still going to keep lying. She's still going to keep continuing to lie and lie and lie, because I really truly feel like that's what Michelle does. I truly feel like that the reason why Michelle and Mega Mouth hate each other so much, because they're so much alike. That's why I think they can't stand each other. Let's continue. This is just me, showing you guys Amber's side.
Okay, yeah, but we all knew that about her. We knew that her children have been removed, right? Nobody puts much into what she's saying, but it takes away from your side when you're bringing up her dead child. Like,
no, I'm bringing up what he said I could bring up.
What's the end game for you, Amber? That's what I want to know. What do you hope to gain out of what you did?
I didn't do anything but tell his side for him. This man feels tremendous guilt.
You talked about her dead child. You said they murdered him.
No, I did not. Do not put words in my mouth. I read an email.
You said that he was burnt with cigarettes.
Yeah, no, I said, yes, her oldest son.
That is nobody's business. Why do you think it's your business to dig into her life? Is she contacting your ex
to put out his side?
The fake bitches in the house.
Maybe you're trying to put out the side of your exes. Is that what needs to happen?
Go ahead. If you can find him, go ahead. Please tell him.
I don't want to.
So, as you can see, I'm only going to play a little bit more of this. I just wanted to let you guys hear what Amber had to say. I can understand trying to do a noble thing and try to, tell another person's side of the story when you know they're lying. But at the end of the day, that's not going to stop Michelle from being a liar. And it's not going to, Michelle has already discredited herself a long time ago. Okay. She has been caught in so many lies. It's sickening at this point. If he wants to tell his side of the story, then let him start a YouTube channel and tell his side of the story. Why do you have to be the one to tell his side of the story? For one. And for two, okay, you want to tell his side of the story, but I just feel like not only are you talking about, her deceased child, but then you're talking about another child. You're bringing out all of these things and digging up all of these things on Michelle. And all I'm trying to say is, I don't think she's mentally stable enough to take it for long. That's all I'm saying. I believe that eventually, like I said, I think she's a ticking time bomb. If you haven't watched her, then you need to. You might not be able to watch her long, but if you watch her, you'll see she's very, very unstable to me. Okay. The things that she lies about, they're horrible, and just like you heard Amber just say, you want to contact my ex, go ahead. She's very resilient when it comes to these things. Obviously, she's been through a lot. Michelle just started a YouTube channel a couple months ago. No matter how much she tries to sit and act like she's big and she's bad and she's tough and you can't tell her anything, no matter how much she sits there and tries to front and act like she knows everything about YouTube, she doesn't. And she just may not be as resilient as you, Amber. That's all. She may not be able to take as much as you. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a problem with Amber. I don't think, she's never done anything to me, but the things that are going on, it's completely unnecessary. I feel like it's just, it's hard to watch, for one. And for two, I just worry about that woman and what she's capable of doing. And I'm talking about Michelle. I know people, everyone looks at mental health differently here on YouTube. Some people think, if you have mental health problems, it's not anybody else's problem. I get that. But I'm the type of person where I do care for everyone's mental. I don't want to hurt anybody. As long as, you're not hurting me, I don't have any reason to say anything about you. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. But if you mess with me, that's a whole nother different ball game. Okay. And I just feel like the same thing that Amanda asked her, what's the end game? Like, how far is this woman going to be pushed before something happens while she's live? While she's live. Michelle has been through a lot, starting with childhood, and they know this. I think they know too much about her. Okay. I would never want, somebody to know that much about me. Now, the thing is that Michelle's very open about herself. She definitely is an open book, and we all know we take it. I don't think a lot of people take her seriously when it comes to a lot of things. No, I don't believe that mental health should be weaponized. Absolutely. All I know is that, let's just say that Michelle was to come after me. I wouldn't give her a second thought. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't. Like, I might say a couple things back to her because I don't care for her that much, but I wouldn't go digging up her life, even if she did it to me. I wouldn't, because to me, she's irrelevant. I think she's somebody who, she does her cooking, and I think it's awesome when she does her cooking, but when she gets on and starts spewing all kinds of lies and all of those things, I think people kind of just take it for what it is. And I don't understand why it's necessary to just go digging up. And hey, AT2, it's good to see you. I don't think it's necessary to just go digging up someone's past and reaching out to their ex-husband and thinking that it's your place to tell his side of the story. I don't understand it. And I think a lot of people don't. But the one thing I will say is that obviously Amber's been through a lot herself here on the internet. But like I said, just because you've been through a lot, you can't automatically assume that other people are going to be able to handle it the way that you do. The only place for Michelle's degree of openness is with her therapist, not on YouTube. I agree, Valentina. I agree. 100. It seems like bullying is going on. It's going on a lot here on YouTube. It definitely is. I feel like at the end of the day, people, they just don't care about anybody but themselves. But that's one thing that I will say though. When a person comes and they attack me, I will attack back. Okay, I will. But just like if somebody like Michelle, came after me, I probably wouldn't give it a second thought just from watching her. You know what I mean? Obviously, if she was to go too far, you got to do what you got to do as far as legally. But I don't think that I would be, contacting her ex and trying to figure out her whole life story. You know what I mean? There's just no way I could do that. Because if something does happen, please understand that there are going to be fingers pointed. There are. Why go after an easy target? At least pick on someone strong-minded. I agree, AT2. I agree. And congratulations on 20,000. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. I love to see creators thriving here on YouTube, especially for Black creators, because it's harder for us to thrive on YouTube. I'm so very happy for you.
Because we don't do that shit over here. That's the difference. We don't do that shit.
She addressed me. Let me say something. Because, Amber's up here acting like she got something to prove, right? Calling whoever's in the background of her house. Like, what are you doing?
To prove to
you got shit to prove, but you want to tell people I'm not real. You don't even fucking know me.
You lied about your whole video. Your whole video was a lie.
Oh,
Sapphire, your whole video was a lie.
I told you if you was
My
real
whole
about
video
it,
was a
take
lie.
it
Her
back.
whole video pissed
Hold up,
you
hold
off
up.
so
Let me
bad
say
you did
something.
2
She
lives.
wants to argue semantics because I might have been off a little bit
A
on the
little bit.
time
You said I
that
was streaming
she
her.
was. I don't give a fuck. You're
I
lucky
do.
to even. I don't give a fuck if
I
you
do. You
do.
lied.
Okay,
And a
so
real
I lied
woman.
about the time frame between when you started streaming somebody. Like, that's an obvious accident because you're always streaming her. Big fucking deal.
But
I'm not
either
gonna
way, a
argue
real woman is
semantics
like I was
with
saying, you
you.
would have
The
stand up and
problem,
take and own your bullshit. That's what I was saying.
obvious
Just like I did with
problem
Robin.
I had with you
See,
is that you're a creepy fucking doxer.
I can be
That
that.
was
and
the
you've got
entire
some
point.
thin skin, girl. Some thin
No, I
skin. If
don't,
you're
homegirl.
that
No, I don't.
butthurt over her getting something wrong, you had to do 2 lives about
Because
it.
first
And
of
it's
all,
not
I'm an LLC.
Michelle all the time.
your LLC.
Like,
I
I'm
have
sorry,
posted my
but I'm
LLC
fucking
and my
sleep
limited
at night
liability
because I have to
insurance.
wake up early, so I'm in and out of sleep watching this shit, and she steady
Then don't put
screams
a
at the woman.
video
So if
together
I
until you
got
know
the
all of your
timing
facts.
off a little bit, big fucking deal. I'm not gonna
Well,
argue
it's my
semantics with you
business.
when
You're
you know
slandering my
the
business.
entire point of my
You're
fucking
slandering your
video
business.
was that
No,
you're
I have
a
an
creepy,
LLC and the
real life
video was a
going,
lie.
Your
I pointed out
LLC
the
is
lie.
shit.
bitch.
Obviously, it got a little bit messy up there. But I just wanted to let you guys hear what Amber had to say as far as why she does what she does, and she wanted to tell Michelle's ex. Now, Valentina, I'm sorry that you're no longer a part of Michelle's channel. I do know that you cared for her deeply, and you were always there for her. You were a good friend to her, and I'm sorry that it didn't work out. Yeah, I agree, Rianne. This was awesome. Drama sells, y'all. Okay, drama sells. What was Amber's content before Michelle? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that it's starting to become really bad. You know, it's really starting to become bad. I don't like to, this is just me critiquing and giving my opinion. I do not, like I said, I don't have a problem with her because she's never personally done anything to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit here and bash her and say horrible things about her, but I am going to say I don't agree with this at all. I don't agree with digging into someone's past like this. AT2, I'm going to start reading some of your comments before I end this. Wait a second. AT2 says Amber is scary. She goes too far. It's almost criminal. You know what? I don't know her. So I just know her from now. And I do know that she, I think she's friends with Sherelle's World, which is cool. That's the last time and the first time that I was introduced to Amber is through the Dre McCrae case, Justice for Vaughn. And I seen Amber on Sherelle's panel. And I seen how Amber really very much agreed with Sherelle because at that time, Megamouth was trying to come for Sherelle's World too and was saying horrible things, getting mad, basically getting mad because a Black person gave their opinion about another Black man that wasn't getting any type of coverage. And, she gave her opinion about it. And of course, Megamouth being the person that she is, especially being as dismissive as she is towards Black people, tried to be dismissive towards Sherelle's World and pretty much acted as though she was the gatekeeper to the Justice for Vaughn story. And any time, to be honest with you, I think it was just she didn't want a bigger creator talking about this case. And I don't think she wanted a Black creator talking about the Justice for Vaughn story. That whole entire thing pissed me off because it was like she went on Sherelle's World. She introduced this story to Sherelle's World. She acted as though she was really, really happy that Sherelle's World was going to be talking about this case. And then as soon as Sherelle's World gave her opinion about this case, she started attacking her. And not only was Molly Golightly attacking Sherelle's World, but she was literally saying, pretty much being dismissive towards all Black people that had an opinion about why this Black Marine really wasn't getting a lot of coverage with what was going on. But to me, I think she more or less shows you the type of person that Megamouth is. And if you aren't going along with her narrative, she literally went on panel and said Black women don't like her. She was being so disrespectful. Meanwhile, Black women don't like her, but yet here she is talking to two Black women behind the scenes, which is Miss Letitia and Miss Juanette. But Black women don't like her though, right? It has nothing to do with that. She's just not a good person. Okay, period. Anybody who gets to know you and knows that you are a doxer, a horrible person, they're not going to like you. Black, white, purple, yellow, whatever color they are. But she really, really did make a scene, pretty much being dismissive towards Sherelle's world. And it looked as though the Amber channel really had Sherelle's world's back, which I thought was really cool. But that's when I was introduced to her, and I watched her content every now and then. But I'm just saying, when it comes to Michelle, this is going really, really far. And it's going to turn out bad. It's almost like she kind of took over where Megamouth left off. Does that make sense, you guys? Like, Megamouth was doing videos about Michelle, bashing her, slandering her, all of that stuff. And I feel like Megamouth still does videos about Michelle, bashing and slandering her, but I think she realized that she wasn't doing anything but making Michelle more relevant by talking about her. So then, the Amber's channel, is talking about Michelle, and I just feel like that's exactly what Megamouth wanted. I don't know. I just feel like it's getting bad. It's getting really bad. And it's not going to end well, in my opinion. I pray that it turns out for the best, but deep down, it just doesn't seem like it is. Exploiting. Powerful name. Thank you. Oriana, I have been around for many years. I'm just not on YouTube every day. I hear you. She said Black women don't like her. Wow. Yes. And this is when her and Sherelle's world, she started attacking Sherelle's world. She literally said Black women don't like her. It's like, girl, bye. It has nothing to do with that. Okay. It doesn't. I don't think anybody that gets to know you, if they like you, I definitely question why. Because you're a horrible person. And that's why people don't like you. It doesn't have anything to do with just Black women. But I remember she did say that about Sherelle's world. And it sucks because I really do think that Sherelle's world would have been so much better talking about this case than her. And I think she could have done way more for Ms. Letitia than Megamouth did. Just my opinion. MGL said she was going to throw Michelle into the drama channels. Really? It seems like Amber enjoys being cruel, though. It's sickening. Exactly. That's because Adrian told Molly to stop talking about Michelle. Is that what it is? Because it seriously seems like, I don't know the Michelle lady. Does she even have a channel? She does have a channel. She does have a channel. I know that talking about her, it seems like MGL kind of just stopped, and it's like then Amber kind of picked up, you know what I'm saying, and started talking about her. There are a lot of channels that call Michelle out. I get it. This is YouTube, but in the same sense, at least do it with a little bit of integrity. It doesn't mean that you have to go real life. It doesn't mean that you have to be like her. It doesn't mean that you have to contact her ex-husband, and it doesn't mean all those things. I think it just means do content about, why do you have to even dig into her personal life? You know what I'm saying? Do commentary about the things that she says. I see a lot of people just using Michelle's own words against her, but you don't have to take it that far. And like I said, I understand Amber, she's a strong woman. She's resilient to all of these things because it's happened to her. But if it happened to you, wouldn't you look at it like, I don't want to put anybody else through that? Or is it just me? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. We will talk about this again, though. I do plan on talking about this probably tomorrow. I just don't think it's going to end well. And I'm not saying that I necessarily feel bad for Michelle, but I still think she's a ticking time bomb. There is nothing left to dig up on Michelle. And that's horrible that it came that far, though, Valentina. It's horrible that it came so freaking far to a point where there's nothing left to dig up on her. Nobody should know someone's private life like that, even if she is being very vocal about it. That doesn't mean that everybody else has to go dig up and prove that she's a liar about this. We already know that the woman's a liar. We know this. Michelle isn't dealing with a full deck, clearly. Take your voice to something that's going to make a difference instead of breaking down someone who is already broken. Thank you. Okay, mic drop. That's a mic drop right there, okay? That's a good one. I'm sorry, that sums it up beautifully. Beautifully. Okay? Please use your voice. Somebody like Amber, she has a strong voice. Use your voice for something that matters in this world. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying that Michelle doesn't matter. I'm just saying we all know these things about Michelle. We all know she's a liar. We all know that there's something that she's hiding, but that's her fucking business. Let her lie and continue to slander and do what she does, because the truth always reveals itself. It does. It does. Like when I get on here, and I do commentary about people, and I do commentary about Mega Mouth. I do commentary about her because she should have kept my motherfucking name out of her mouth. If she would have kept my name out of her mouth, it wouldn't be here. But now I'll do commentary on her. But I'm not going to do commentary and dig up her life. You know what I'm saying? And go find and talk to her ex-boyfriends and calling schools, and I wouldn't dig into her life like that. Herself, okay? Mega Mouth herself is a horrible person. There's enough content out there to do commentary on her and her alone and use her own words against her. I don't have to go real life on her. I don't go real life, okay? Nor would I ever. So the point is, you can do commentary on the woman. A lot of people do. But when you start crossing that line, overstepping boundaries, and fucking digging up everything about her to a point where there's nothing left to dig, that's a problem. People's personal lives don't need to be on YouTube like that. They just don't. And let me tell you something. Mega Mouth is behind all of this because she's that type of person, okay, where she uses other people, she uses smaller creators to perpetuate her narratives, to lie for her. This is what she does. This is why she is a horrible, awful, evil person. She can't do the work herself. Okay, she wants to keep her hands clean. So she has other people do the shit. Okay, you don't think that all of this is a coincidence that she starts bashing, starts bashing Michelle, and then other people start, people in her circle start talking about her as well? Please. She does all of this. It all started with her bashing Michelle. And they were going back and forth, calling the police on each other live, wasting resources. Like, it's just ridiculous. I feel like this woman, Michelle, people need to be careful. That's all. Because I feel like she's somebody who needs to get off the internet. Go talk to her therapist. There's a lot of things that she needs to work out in her life. Obviously, we all do. We all do. But not all of us come on the internet and start telling our life story. Okay? and telling all of our personal business. And then when you do that, people think you're fair game. No, it's not fair game. It doesn't mean that you need to contact people in her life to prove that she's a liar about this and she's wrong about this. Come on, it's just ridiculous. She picked up where Mega left off. If you think about it, it's sad that people will put their integrity aside in order to please someone else, even if they know it's wrong. I agree. 100%. You're absolutely right. I don't understand what the hell is happening to YouTube. Okay. YouTube has gone crazy. YouTube has gone wild, nuts. These people, okay, are horrible, doing horrible things to one another, digging up on each other. Nobody should ever be able to, that even makes me feel bad that Amber's on panel saying, hey, go ahead, dox me. I'm used to it. It's happened to me before. Nobody should be used to being doxed. Nobody should be used to having their private life being used as content. Nobody should be used to that. It's wrong. People need to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is if YouTube does something about it. Okay. I don't care. They need to, whoever's making them money, I know that if that person's making them money, no, they need to start doing something about this because somebody is going to get hurt. People have been doxxed. People have literally been swatted. When is enough enough? Like, ugh. But you guys are absolutely amazing. I always tell you guys this. We always, I've been on here for a while because we just always have the best conversations. And I just wanted to let you listen to a little bit more, and then I'm going to end this. But I just wanted to let you hear, kind of pretty much how resilient Amber is to all this. And I get it. She's a strong woman. I just don't think that Michelle is mentally as strong as she is. I think Michelle can be mentally as strong, but I think she needs help to do that. And the internet is not the place to do it. The internet is not the place to be airing out all your dirty laundry, airing out all of your problems. The internet isn't for her, in my opinion. I think she needs to log off and take care of herself and get herself to a better place and then come back on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But we all know she's not going to do that. And we all know she's not going to stop lying. We know these things. So we kind of have to proceed with caution. That's how I look at it. Hi. Hi, I'm from the UK. I really don't have the time to watch this live, but I wanted to thank you to take the time to make these videos. Thank you, UK Immigration Law Geek. UK Immigration Law Geek. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm sorry you don't have the time to watch. Anyone who has attempted to talk to Michelle knows there is no talking to her. There is no trying to explain anything. She knows it all. And that's very true. No need to drag her. Let her be and keep it moving. That's how I look at it. People have to stop watching and people will stop watching. They lose views and they'll eventually clip channels are our best friends for these people. I agree. I think it's definitely the clip channels that save us from having to go there and, physically watch ourselves. Thank God for clip channels. Thank God for Kool-Aid. Thank God for all of these channels that clip so we don't have to go watch. It's really good to see you, Mandy C. Thank you so much for stopping in here. I haven't seen you forever. I hope you're doing well. That's why she lashes out sometimes, in my opinion. She's defensive, but I can understand why. Hope she finds peace. I do too. I don't have anything against Michelle. I just don't care for her. I think she's a liar. I think she lies on other people a lot. And I think that the internet is just not the place for her. There are some people where the internet is just not the place for them. And especially with her, because she's so open and she has just been caught doing so many things, you guys, like so many things. Like there are things that people catch her doing. And it's like, you're just on the internet too much, sweetheart. You need to back off. You need to back off the internet for a little bit, because you're on the internet so much, there are things that people are taking and using against you. Like the one video where you could hear in the background what she was doing. Okay, chopping up, like it was bad. And it's because she has no filter. And I think she kind of takes for granted, she doesn't understand that you can literally hear everything in the background when you're live. So you have to be very, very careful. And, you know, all of these things, it's just like, it's cringe. Like, I feel bad for her. I hope she finds peace. I really, really do. You can tell that she is a very, very emotionally damaged woman. And we're all damaged in some way, shape, or form, but she is definitely someone that the internet was the last place that she needed to be. You know, it just. Oh, thank you, Care Bear, for the super chat. I appreciate you. When you do membership lives, can you do it on YouTube, please? I can't download StreamYard app on my phone. I usually always do it on YouTube. The reason why I connected it to our Facebook members group is so people would know. But the members only live streams will always be on YouTube as well. People need to put themselves in Michelle's shoes. At home, alone, 2 dogs, and no one to talk to but YouTube. She comes here to vent, and people using it against her. It's sad. I agree. But see, here's the thing, though. I'll shove it till the 20th. Don't you think that, you know, I understand that she comes to YouTube to vent, but this is not the place for her to come to vent, in my opinion, because she goes live so much to a point where she doesn't understand that everything she does is being heard. It's not even the things that she says that's always being used against her. It's also the things that she does. It's also, you know, key moments that people catch her doing. People are watching this woman like a hawk. And I don't get it. I don't understand why they're watching her like a hawk. I understand that she really is a disaster. It's just the truth. It's a shit show. You always know that you're going to be what you know, you watch Michelle, she's going to give you a show. And it's entertainment for some people, but when you watch Michelle, in my opinion, I see deeper than that. This isn't entertainment. This isn't something. It's very cringe when she's talking about her life. It's very cringe because she's opening that door, and you know, when it comes to certain things, she's lying, and she's opening that door to where people like Mega Mouth is going to go look it up and try to prove her wrong. You know what I mean? I get annoyed quickly with Michelle. I can't watch her. I cannot. And it's not, she triggers me. She really, really does. I don't think so, but mine said my phone wasn't compatible for the app. But yet I was able to go on panel the other day. That's weird. But it's always going to be, when I do members only, it's always going to be here on StreamYard. The only difference is that it's going to notify you, but it's not going to be like on my page. You know how when I'm going live, it'll notify you and let you know? It doesn't do that with members only. I think it only notifies you and your notifications. So that's the only difference. Yeah, she's being highly exploited, and it's sad. I swear I can't spell, guys. My phone hates me. It's okay. Stop exploiting Summer Wells. It's okay. She tells on herself in the same live, and she has become a mini megamouth. She is lonely, and YouTube is not the place to make friends because you never know who people really are. Amen. It's true. It's not the place to make friends. It's not the place. YouTube just isn't the place. I mean, to come on here and pretty much use YouTube as if it's like YouTube is your therapist or something, and you are telling people your life story and expecting for people to do what? Because all they're doing is using you to make them feel good about themselves. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Like people are coming on there to watch you because they're telling themselves, damn, at least I don't have it as bad as she does. I'm just keeping it real. I agree 100%. But like I said before, she's not dealing with a full deck. But someone like her is a ticking bomb on a hate. And I hate for anyone to be the reason she explodes and them having to live with that. Exactly. Exactly. You guys have to be very careful when you're attacking somebody, you know, and there's a difference between coming on here doing commentary and then attacking somebody and going into their real life. It's a difference. And like I said, I'm not saying that I would never do commentary on Michelle. I'm doing commentary right now, but I would never bash her and say she's a horrible woman, and and going into her life and saying that's why this happened with your baby and this is not true with your babes, your husband, and your husband left you and those things. Like she is, I think she's very lonely. I think that's why she was so desperate to talk to Megamouth in the very beginning, because she's just lonely, and I think she really liked Megamouth. Well, damn, now I'm mad I missed it because I clicked on the video, but it said it didn't exist. Which video? I kept checking, but missed it. Michelle is lonely, living alone, in my opinion. She should stick to cooking and engaging and not engaging and getting into spats. Mental illness is hard. And some like to egg her on. She triggers me too. Yeah, people do. I think people do purposely egg her on. They don't realize that if something happens to her, they can and will be held liable for it. I agree. I don't think people stop and think about that though until it happens. I'm not the type of person that takes things for granted and thinks, oh, this will never happen. That'll never happen. You never know what will happen. You just never know. It's really sad to me. Devil's advocate, Emma seen what she think and love people have for MGL. She wants that. That's where I started. Now look where we are. She's lonely and needs love just like everyone else at one time. I agree with that too. I think her channel is a great outlet for her, but I don't think that she's using it in the correct way. Not someone who's in the position that she's in, because what she's doing is she's coming on live every day and she's airing out all of her dirty laundry. She's airing out every aspect of her life. And yes, that's something that works for MGL, but I don't think that that's going to work for Michelle right now. And this is just my opinion. I don't think it's going to work for her right now. And it's because she's still so vulnerable. She still struggles with the fact that her and her husband aren't together anymore. And I got that from her from the first couple times we spoke. She still very openly talks about losing her child. But then in the same sense, she also does very awful things too. Okay, let's just be real here. She does some pretty awful things. She says awful things just like they do. But the only difference is that Michelle mentally is not stable. Other people should be compassionate enough to take that into consideration before they start going into her past, digging up her past, and doing what they're doing. Hey, everyone, been sitting inbox in the corner quietly. I wanted to talk about Michelle, but now wouldn't be good because I've swallowed psych and pain meds. Well, I'm sorry. I will be talking about this again. Don't worry. So if you want to give your opinion next time I talk about it, I'll be happy to listen to you. You guys' opinions are great. I appreciate you guys interacting and participating. Oh yeah, she can be mean, but we have empathy. Just wish her well. Yeah, she can be very, very mean. I get that, but this going real life stuff has to stop. And I agree with everyone on this panel and what they're saying, and how they're asking Amber, how far are you planning to push her? Because I understand being empathetic towards the people that Michelle is lying on, but I just don't think it's necessary to prove someone like her wrong when at the end of the day, it's still not going to stop her from lying. She's still going to continue to lie. She's still going to continue to tell her side of the story and lie about her side of the story. We all know it. We all brush it off our shoulders, but other people are digging into her real life. Okay? There's a difference. She's trying to fit in, but her kids are not around. She has no relationship with her mother. She has no relationship with her mother and siblings, which she has talked about, and now going through a divorce. She's no victim, but no need to drag her. Amen. That's how I feel. Absolutely. I fucking love y'all. You guys are amazing. This was a good conversation that's lasted. This was a long one, you guys. So any of the times where you heard a long pause, just fast forward through it if you're watching the replay. And I am very, very blessed to have each and every one of you be here. And hold on. I'm blessed to have each and every one of you to be here and to actually care about what I have to say. I appreciate it so very much. And I will be back tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to continue with part 2 of the Ken and Barbie killers, but I'm pretty sure that that's going to be on Sunday. But I will be here tomorrow, and I do plan on talking about this. Not commentary about necessarily Michelle, but just commentary on everything that's going on around her. I think so many people have an opinion about it, and I'll probably open the panel too. So if you don't like coming on panel, maybe get some courage and come up on panel if you want to talk about it and give your opinion, because I feel like so many people have so many different opinions about it. And I feel the same way that in my position stands. I think people need to just let her be. Just leave her alone. Just let her do her thing. And you don't have to, bash her. You don't have to dig into her real life. Just let her be. Just let her be. I guarantee you, if people would stop giving her views and doing videos about her, there are so many people, you guys, doing videos about Michelle. There are so many channels. There's channels that literally talk about only Michelle, and that's it. And don't get me wrong, there's a whole bunch of channels that do that only talk about one person, and that's fine. But I think with Michelle, she's only been on YouTube for 2 months, you guys, maybe a little bit longer, and already there's so many clip channels out there about her, as if she's been on YouTube for years and she has 15,000 subscribers. It's just it's crazy. I know it's just, I don't get it. I don't know. But we will talk about this tomorrow. Night, Tia and chat. Love this channel more than any I follow. This is the chat I feel comfortable speaking. Have a good night. See everyone tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'll shove it till the 20th. I appreciate you. It's insane how many jumped on the Michelle money train. So many people. There are so many. 6 weeks? That's it? Wow. Look at how many channels are out there about her, though. So many, as if she's been on YouTube for this huge amount of time. And I know that definitely says some things about Michelle, but in the same sense, it's I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I will see you guys all tomorrow. I've kept you guys long enough. Thank you guys for all of your opinions. Thank you for keeping it classy, being respectful, except for that wannabe reality trashy alleged content creator, whatever she is, that came in here. I think everything went very smoothly. I can't stand that woman. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you to all my amazing mods. You guys rock. And thank you to each and every one of you who has been so active and so vocal and giving your opinions. And there's people who talked in here that haven't ever talked. So thank you. I love y'all. I will see you tomorrow. I've been around 6 to 7 years. I'm jelly, right? She has so many channels made about her. Like, it's crazy. With all you've overcome on here, I'm glad to see you flourishing. Take care. Thank you, Mandy. I hope to see you again. It's really good to see you, sweetie. I've been through a lot on here, that's for sure. I love this channel. It's great comfort to me. Much love to each and every one of you. Much love to you, Tracy. Hugs and kisses to all of you. I love y'all. I will see you tomorrow. Stay beautiful. Stay kind. Give somebody a compliment tomorrow. People love to hear compliments. Stay true to yourself and stay blessed. Deuces. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit.